Dudes
represents a clear and present danger to the national security of the United States.
You have no idea what men are.
Okay, cool. Hello, and welcome back to Clear and Present Dudes, the podcast that is always interested when we find leg irons with no legs in them. I am Mike Dunbar. I am joined by Sonia Bjorkson.
Hello, everyone. Regret to inform you that I am not the legs to the leg irons aforementioned. Some legs are indeed missing from this podcast right now. Should have clapped them in irons, possibly.
Indeed, yeah, we are missing Rory James O'Toole. A little bit of a peek behind the curtain into how the podcast is made. It is the 2nd of March, 2026, and Rory just hasn't turned up, and we don't know where he is. So hopefully, best case scenario, he pops in during the recording, and we just crack on like it's all fun. Worst case scenario, anything has happened to him. But he's not responding to texts, so I guess we're gonna crack on and just see what happens, eh?
I came home, there was a man in my house. He had an artificial arm.
Are you saying that I killed my wife? Are you saying that I crushed her skull and that I shot her?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. We have a fugitive that's been on the run for 90 minutes. What I want out of each and every one of you is a hard target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, or dog house in this area. Checkpoints will go up at 15 miles. Your fugitive's name is Dr. Richard Kimble. Go get him.
Great news, everyone! Rory James O'Toole joined us 90 minutes into our recording. We'll be starting again because, god damn it, no man left behind apart from that time we left Sandy behind twice.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for circling back and picking me up.
Wonderful. Right. You gotta do this thing. We're at war now. Rory, we've got to do these things.
Since we're apparently keeping count here, you still have one good for me.
You film one back, Sanye. You're off my shit list.
Dead heat.
Right, The Fugitive is a 1993 action thriller film directed by Andrew Davis with a script co-written by Jeb Stewart and David Twohy from a previous story draft, which Twohy had written based on the 1960s TV series itself, loosely inspired by the trial of Sam Shepard, not the actor from The Right Stuff, a different Sam Shepard. The film stars Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones, Celia Ward, JOE Pantoliano, otherwise known as JOE Pants, Andreas Katsoulis, and Drowan Krabbe. After being framed for the murder of his wife and sentenced to death, vascular surgeon Dr. Richard Kimble, Ford, escapes from custody following a bus crash. Kimble sets out to find the real killer and clear his name while being hunted by the police and a team of US Marshals led by Deputy US Marshal Samuel Gerard, Tommy Lee Jones. This film was extremely successful critically and commercially, spending 6 weeks as the #1 film in the United States, grossing nearly $370 million worldwide against a $44 million budget, and is the 3rd highest grossing film of 1993 worldwide, with an estimated 44 million tickets sold in the United States. It's had a chokehold on the box office when it came out, but also critically nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, for a thriller movie. Incredible. Tommy Lee Jones won for Best Supporting Actor for a thriller movie. Incredible. And it was followed by the 1998 film US Marshals, in which Jones reprised his role as Deputy Marshal Samuel Gerard. That film is not as good as this film, but one day we will talk about it.
One of the few films in the 90s that features the phrase "shagadelic baby."
Rory, so glad you're here.
Thank you,
guys. What do you think?
Yeah, he's no longer alone with the awkward German.
You are sentenced to isolation with the awkward German.
So offline, behind the scenes, Rory, Sanya and I talked about how Sanya had only discovered this film this week, which blew my mind.
Yeah.
Because this is one of those films that I'd seen about 1,000 times growing up, and I think I rediscovered in my late 20s.
Yeah.
What's your experience with The Fugitive?
Very much a dad-coded film. Very much a watch with your old man kind of film to people of my generation and to yours, Mike. Not so much these Zoomers like Sanya.
Yeah.
He's bussing Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Excuse you?
What year were you born in, Sanya?
I like to count myself as a late millennial. Thank you very much.
Millennial.
What the hell is a late millennial? I don't believe in this gatekeeping by generation. Unless, hang on, when were you born?
97.
97.
Gen Z.
You
You're
were
a Zoomer.
-4 when this film came out.
You're a fucking Zoomer.
Don't throw me in with these 6, 7 weirdos.
It's okay, man. It's all right.
It's not all right. I'm gonna off myself now. Bye.
We're gonna call you a late millennial in a whole through deck cruiser kind of thing, right? You know.
Yeah. This is how we justify getting you through Parliament, Sonia.
This is how we justify the whole thing.
I saw an angry take online only yesterday because a Gen Xer wanted to claim Scrubs as their own.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
That's ours.
I was
That is
16 when
ours.
Scrubs came on. I was bang there.
That
Yeah.
show is fucking ours. And as someone who worked in a hospital, it's kind of true to life.
We've been rewatching it from the beginning, actually, this last couple of days. We watched the 2 new episodes that came on, and yeah, it's really good. I don't know if that's the millennial in me, but yeah, really good. Really sticks the landing. It's another one of those shows by this. Actually, you missed it when we were talking about it in the intro, but I was talking about Shrinking, and it's another Bill Lawrence show like Shrinking is. I was talking about Harrison Ford, mate, because he did an incredible speech at the Actors Awards last night. But yeah, anyway, cool. In Chicago, vascular surgeon Dr. Richard Kimble is arrested for the murder of his wife, Helen. Despite his claims that he caught a man with a prosthetic arm in the act, Helen's misinterpreted 911 call and substantial life insurance policy serves evidence against Kimble, and he is convicted of her murder and sentenced to death. This all happens in 15 minutes in the film. Incredible.
It's really impressive. Fits so much storytelling into such a really tight, compact space and time. It doesn't need to show you the ins and outs of a dramatic, long court case, because it would be a long court case. It would be like a long capital trial. It would be a fucking year or so, or more, you know, because all it needs is the final thing that they believe is damning evidence when they play the 911 call, and there's reasonable fucking doubt, right, that she's just saying his name. But
it's
still,
interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So audiences would have not long have in their memories Harrison Ford in the dock again, 1991's Presumed Innocent, as hotshot lawyer Rusty Savage, who's accused of murdering his mistress. So it's not the first time they've seen Harrison Ford in the dock. I guess maybe they were thinking, right. And again, a lot of changes occurred when Harrison came on the project as well. So maybe he was thinking, like, we don't need to drag out this court case. It's not about that. So we'll show the opening argument from the prosecutor and the verdict. And we skip everything else. We don't we don't even see like a montage of the evidence being shown. Obviously, you get the 911 call as well. Sorry. So you get the opening remarks, as you say, the 911 call, which is horrible because it cuts back to Celia Ward, like in a flashback doing it.
Yeah.
Horrible.
It is legitimately some hard fucking scenes for a 90s film. I mean, it literally sounds like she's dying at one point. It's some good, like, bashed in the head kind of acting from her, I guess, and it is horrible to hear.
Yeah, big time. I like the economy of how they show the state of their marriage as well. It's a little heavy-handed. So they get back from the function that they're at. Some gala, some fundraising thing, all to do with Kravatic probably. And to demonstrate that they are in a healthy relationship, he obviously goes on call, does the surgery for his oppo. Meanwhile, she's like dousing the house in rose petals and putting on his sluttiest underwear.
And he's on a promise, and then she's kind of like breadcrumbing him up the stairs with like bits of discarded lingerie and stuff. And
it's like, a good visual shorthand for things are okay at home. Don't worry about it. Even though he has like the worst beard, it just looks really like for Harrison Ford to have a beard like that, he's absolutely nerfed himself.
It's like Neil Breen status.
Yeah. Yeah. What am I?
I never had a beard. Imagine fucking shaving it off, going, I never had a beard. Yeah, it is.
It
It
looks
is.
that bad. I cannot believe I look worse with a beard.
I can't get you out of
shouldn't be
this
looking
one.
like that.
Can't get you out of this one, Richard.
Opening credits, by the way, we get like that weird kind of inverted color palette shots of the murder taking place.
Yeah.
So we see that pretty. That's pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Pretty effective. And it puts us into the state like the murders in the past had already happened, even though the time's a bit wibbly-wobbly here to make it all work. But it sticks the landing because before we know it, we're in the back of the bus on the way to prison.
Yeah.
And I think the film does a really good job of giving us like the defining character beats for Kimble in this state the world is in now. So we don't have to learn who he is before the murders happened, because we're learning about a different guy, because the guy who's been sentenced to death is fundamentally a different guy from the guy he was at the very, very beginning of the film, right? So we see who he is now, and I think that's important because it shows us that he's still a good person, right? The humanity has not gone from him. So we're in the bus. One of the other inmates has fashioned a shiv and has hidden it in their sock.
Yeah, and he does an incredible job of faking some kind of a seizure, doesn't he? And like frothing in the mouth. That's like fucking really impressive.
Yeah. If anyone deserves a best supporting actor nom,
it's him.
It's prisoner who frothed at mouth.
Yeah.
And because the bus is like 40 minutes out from the prison, and these fucking security guards or state troopers or whatever they are like fucking talking about like, oh, I'm really hungry. We'll get some chow. What they got at the prison? Like, whatever, fucking hell. Copeland in the back of the bus is
He's
like,
just fucking hosses. I'm sorry. They're just fucking, hey, hoss, I can't wait to have a fifth meal of the day. I'm a fat, lazy corrections guy. I'm goddamn Beatles. It's like,
right, yeah, because it's Richard Reel, right, who is otherwise known as not Wilfred Brimley.
Yeah.
But he picks up all the rules that Wilfred Brimley doesn't want. Like, he would have been waiting in the wings to get an op centre.
He's the off-brand. He's the off-brand Pound World version.
Yeah, big time. So, and I'm sure he's a very good performer, obviously a very good character actor, etc., etc., etc. But very funny in this, and he's got a really long career behind him as well. Yeah. So Copeland, the African American guy at the back of the bus, yells and yells and yells. Kimble is just a bit like, what is going on? Oh my god.
Yeah.
They open up the doorway to go into the back of the bus. The guy shanks the guard who falls on the deck. Richard Reel dramatically overreacts by blasting the guy in the chest with a shotgun. And then that kind of spooks the bus driver, who kind of swerves a little bit on the road. And then Richard Reel shoots in the general direction of the bus driver.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
It's just like...
Understandable reaction.
Do you know what it is? I'm going to keep fucking drawing reference to this guy. It's like a fucking irritating Charlie Witherspoon guy from BoJack Horseman, just that stupid fucking frog guy, that anthropomorphic fucking tree frog with his sticky hands, answers the phone, oh, it's stuck to my hand, I don't know, gets his hand stuck to the window and shit. It's like that. It's like giving him a job as a fucking prison guard. It's terrible. That's my first day! Jesus. I'm so sorry!
So, obviously, the bus crashes. It's piling through these rural roads in the middle of the night, and swings off, goes down a long ditch, rolls down there. Really well done crash, by the way. It looks fantastic still. Obviously, all practically done. Very nice stuff.
That was something that really grabbed me, how good the practical effects were. I mean, also, like, recent car crash experiencer here, and probably been in more car crashes than you guys as well. I think I've got, like, the most out of this team.
A surprisingly Top Gear coded sentence.
Yeah.
Out of this team, I have the most to say, okay, Hammond.
Fuck, it's true, man. I'm just saying. It's just, do you know what it is, man? One day someone's going to sit and do the stats for this show. So, yeah, one of the things I'm top at is I've got the most fucking car crashes. Survived all of them. The bus crash scene's amazing. It's really, really just legit to me. It's just really good filmmaking. Nothing looks fake about it. Like you said, it's all practical effects. It's just a great time in filmmaking for this kind of thing.
They obviously had like I don't know if it was a 1-to-1 size rig for it, but they must have had like a decent sized rig for the actual rolling down the hill piece, because I was looking at the foliage and going, a good way to see if it's model work is to look at the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
No, but they looked legit. They were real trees. So they obviously did something really on the location. That's legit.
That thing's banging against trees. It was amazing. And of course, then we get the scene done where when he's trying to get the guard to unshackle him. So he can help.
So this is like one of the character beats. So the bus comes to rest. We see a brilliant shot through the window of like the train track that it's landed on, and the oncoming lights of a train. It's like, oh fuck, like it's frying pan meet fire.
And I love how it's just shot over the dead guy's feet as well. Like it's like a POV from the dead guy. It's like, I don't know why it's great. I just love it.
It's really good. And I tell you one thing as well, and this is one of the few things I will say in favour of the sequel, US Marshals. That film obviously starts with a plane crash.
Yeah.
That's done broadly really, really well. There's a lot of miniature work in it, so some of it doesn't look as good. But the pieces inside the plane look really, really good. And the same with this as well. I got a lot of pro stuff. Really, really good. Anyway, as you say, your boy Richard Kimble is asking for to get his handcuffs off so he can help the guard on the ground.
Yeah.
Basically, like, pressures Richard Real into giving them to him by being intimidating and loud, and gives them to him. He says he'll die otherwise. He does that. He haplessly, like, drops the keys on the deck. Copeland picks them up and, like, surreptitiously, and obviously, like, lets himself free and stuff. You think, and then that guy bugs out, and you think, oh, that guy's just fucked off. Brilliant, great. What a terrible swine he is. Kimball's, I think, stabilizes the guy on the deck. And then, because the train's coming, he's like, I need you to help me get him off the bus. I can't do it on my own. I need you to help me get him off the bus. And then the old guard is what he's credited as, Richard Real, is just like, no, can't do it, and just fucks off. And just leaves. Piece of shit. But against the odds, Kimble gets him out, and in the final, like, second, I think, is he? I don't know if it's the final second of this, but Copeland is there, and Copeland pulls him out at the last second to help him out. So that's how they get out the crash, and then the train smashes into it, completely writes it off.
There's just that incredible stunt when Richard Kimble jumps off the train, jumps off the bus just before it's hit that second. The timing you've got to display as a stuntman in that.
Yeah.
Right. That's insane. And again, we have this like slower than you'd expect kind of like derailment scene when the train just plows along through the earth, and it's like incredible stuff. Really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good physicality to the stunts in this section. And it really does like open the film with a big bang. It kind of sets its stall out. It's like, this is going to be a good movie, guys. I like how, I think, so again, this is all first 20 minutes. Like, this isn't, we're not far into it at all. And we've had like so much plot get delivered, like in an efficient way. Like, that's complimentary. That's good. And then this massive action sequence, to get us to the point where like Kimball's on the run. He and Copeland kind of split their separate ways. He says to Copeland, like, be good. Very funny. Copeland's like, I don't care which way you go, just don't follow me. Cool, happy days.
Yeah.
And then Kimball's on the run. And as I always say, like, we're off to the races. The next thing we get is like the assembled local sheriff's department, news media, and that piece of shit old guard holding court in the middle of it all, talking about his experiences surviving this bus crash.
Yeah.
Painting himself.
Glazing himself. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. That's disgusting use of the word glazing, but absolutely accurate. He is glazing himself like a prize donut. About how he saved that guy's life. He doesn't even remember how it is. He glosses over it. He's just like, oh, I don't know how I did it, but I must have got him out there. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, you did.
And then assumes dead for Kimble and Copeland and stuff. But that shit won't. And hey, would have got away with it too. If it hadn't been for those pesky US Marshals.
Yeah.
So
turning up and mogging everyone.
Exactly. They mog everyone.
Cortisol spikes all over, wall to wall cortisol spikes, man.
So I love. Yeah, I absolutely love.
Clearly, mentally, you are the Zoomer. Generation mogged.
Right. Let's just go through these guys. So we have our 4 deputy US Marshals who are making up our kind of quote-unquote antagonist. We have Deputy Samuel Gerard, played by Tommy Lee Jones, as the leader of that merry band. We have JOE Pantoliano as Cosmo Renfro.
Joey Pants.
Brilliant. Joey Pants, excellent. By the way, maybe we'll talk about it in casting, but I've watched him in Wonder Man in the last week, and he's fantastic in it. Hilarious.
Amazing. Great
show. Heavily recommended. I don't say that for Marvel lightly. But yeah, brilliant. Daniel Roebuck plays Biggs, and L. Scott Caldwell as well. L. Scott Caldwell plays Poole. And that is our gang. My only criticism of this movie, right? And this is like your mileage may vary, and this is just a pure taste thing. Is I think they ham the bants up for these guys, like up to 11, and I think it would have been fine at like a 9.5. Like, not a big change required, just like a little, like this is like proper like Ross Geller, but just a little, just a tiny little bit less, just a tiny little squidge the hands, just a little bit less. Yeah. Not in this scene though. This is flawless. This is like a perfect introduction to these guys.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah, really good. You have like the little bit of banter in the car because I can't remember what they're talking about, but Joey Pants is complaining about something because he complains about stuff in the whole movie. And then Tommy Lee Jones gets there. He's like flashing his badge to get past people. He breaks into this group of people who all initially they mug him off, like the local sheriff. This is like a classic trope. The old local law enforcement falling out with the federal law enforcement.
Yeah.
Played straight, but then he just mugs him straight away.
Yeah, he just walks into this big circle jerk and he's like, hey guys, we're in charge. And like the local sheriff's like, well, okay, I guess we're all going to go home. It's fine. And then he's like, well, no, listen here, you little shit. Kind of thing.
Yeah, listen, you little shit. Like, it's like, oh, well, by what authority? And it's like, he has like literally the judge, the district court, like judge, whatever it is. Yeah. And it's listed out in like extreme detail.
I love that he gives him essentially a fucking bullet pointed list of the reasons why he needs to be here. He is here. And he is going to do what he's doing.
And then as that's happening, just to really pour salt on the wound, one of the local cops happens to find the leg irons and just presents them in front of everybody like a dead cat, like on the table.
Yes, it's amazing.
It's so good.
And it's like leg irons with no legs in them or whatever he says. And it's like...
That's what he says, yeah. Like, oh, I was interested when we find leg irons with no legs in them. Love that. So then, and then he's like, knowing luck at Richard Reel's old guard, do you want to revise your statement, sir? He's like, well, maybe they are alive, actually.
Fucking maybe. Jesus Christ.
Fucking maybe. Yeah.
It's a shitbird.
So we get that, and we get the whole like. Then he does like the takes charge, like everybody gather around me. I want an all-point search out.
Yeah.
Every doghouse, hen house, outhouse.
Line.
I want 3 ops rooms, and I want them now.
Pretty much.
3 ops rooms.
The average speed of advance for a person on the ground is
4 miles an hour.
4 miles an hour, and he's been gone for 90 minutes. Therefore, there's a 6-mile radius and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and checkpoints at 15. Yeah.
Yeah. So all that. And this is really cool. So I like this a lot because straight away, like I like Harrison Ford because he's the protagonist and he's innocent and he's been a nice guy so far. I really like Tommy Lee Jones because he's a professional and he's fun, and he's obviously he's not a mean-spirited evil guy. So now we have a movie with like essentially 2 protagonists, but they're at loggerheads, but we like them both. And I think that's great.
What was that I wrote down about, actually? As pursuer, but not as nemesis. And I think that kind of nails that he's his pursuer, but he's not his nemesis.
Meanwhile, so he flees the scene. He sleeps rough overnight under a pile of leaves. Which doesn't look comfortable at all, by the way. And the next morning...
Yeah, I get itchy just looking at it.
Yeah, horrible. And it's wet as well. So, like, I don't know. Surprised he didn't get like a hypothermia. Kimble sneaks into a hospital, the first of several hospital infiltrations he will conduct in the course of this film.
Just so an epic fucking tradecraft.
Right.
For a guy with no training in it, it's brilliant how instantly good he is at it, to be honest. I love it.
It really is. It really is good at just blending into the background. Sneaks into a guy's room, gives himself a tetanus shot, dresses and stitches his own wound on his side, goes into the guy's room. Does his new special move that he does several times in the film, which I really like, which is him hiding behind a doorway and hoping not to get noticed.
Yeah, that was really smart how he holds it open and hides behind it. It was like fucking smooth, man.
Yeah, it's wild because he's not technically like not visible. There's a mirror right in front of him, like he's in the mirror reflection. So like she could have seen him, and it would have been like some terrifying like Twin Peaks, like Bob slipping over the bed kind of moment.
Holy crap!
Like really terrifying. But awful. That nurse leaves. He shaves his beard off, leaves an absolute mess all over the sink.
Yeah.
But he's in a rush. Steals that guy's lunch and then steals a lab coat and escapes out of the hospital. Has an encounter with a state trooper along the way. And there's a brilliant exchange, which is like the state trooper has got like the facts of the wanted poster with his picture on it. and description. And he just goes, "Hey, Doc, you haven't seen like a guy who's about 6 foot, brown hair, blue eyes, a beard?" And he's just like, "Only every time I look in the mirror, pal, except for the beard, which he's just shaved off."
It's like
It's just smooth with it.
It's just incredibly smooth, and this is a guy who's literally fighting for his life and trying to escape the death sentence, and he's got time for just this amazing bit of social combat there, you know?
He's incredible, isn't he?
Fantastic. What a guy.
And that's just Harrison Ford's voice as well, just carries that. Like, what I wouldn't give to be called kid or pal by Harrison Ford in a conversation. If Harrison Ford came to me and was like, "Okay, kid," like, "Oh, man. It's got called
Say it again! Say it again so I can record it!
Indiana Jones just called me kid. Oh my god! Oh my god, pal!
Yeah,
call me short round.
Christ.
Oh my god!
Call me short round, fucking hell!
As he's stepping outside of the car park, just so happens an ambulance arrives carrying the guard that was injured that they found, I guess, amongst all the wreckage. I guess the only way they can explain this is that they didn't find them for ages, and that's why he's only just getting to the hospital now. Yeah,
so you do get one of the search as they are, we've got a live one, then they found the guard, which kind of doesn't fully jive, because the guard who is glazing himself all over is talking about getting someone out of the train, right? So the only way it makes sense that bit is if he's bragging that he got that other guard out, but they're just assuming he's dead anyway, because his body wasn't found in the wreckage, I guess.
Yeah. So why is he? Yeah. So why is he even bringing it up? Because he then also knows that guard's alive, which he doesn't in the film, because he bugged out and ran away. Fuck, we found a real plot hole in the Fugitive.
An actual plot hole, and not just something that we didn't understand or like.
Oh,
wow.
Fucking hell, man.
Rarity. Hen's teeth rarity.
I was saying to Sanya before you arrived, I was worried what we were going to bring to this, because like this film has been covered so much and it's like such a critically acclaimed movie. Would we have anything relevant to say? Well, we found something cool. It's still a great movie, though.
In the words of Jack Ryan, son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch! It's his wife's birthday! Son of a bitch! Right.
Crazy Ivan!
He always creates plot holes on the bottom half of the hour.
Anyway, the EMTs bring that guy in. He kind of doctors his way into the conversation, puts the face mask on
his face to shut him up, because he's about to identify him. He's like, "It's anyway." Yeah.
And then he steals the ambulance, which is cool. Not the first choice for vehicle you would steal. An ambulance that people are definitely going to miss, like, immediately.
Yeah.
It's so overt, it's covert.
Yeah. Hiding in plain sight, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, I guess it's a vehicle that he can flip the lights and horns on and just, like, smash on through traffic, which he does, because he's blowing through reds. He's
gets
like
that
driving
level crossing.
Like he's doing the high country driving, throwing that thing around. It's like, he really can do anything, can't he? Like, I'd say, you just don't suspend your disbelief that this vascular surgeon can do this absolute super spy shit and then steal this ambulance, because he's just so fucking cool, because he's played by Harrison Ford,
who's now shaved his little beard off as well. His old man Bob Ross beard has been removed, so now he's like, oh, he's cool Harrison Ford again.
Yeah, he's got rid of his ridiculous Neil Breen beard that looked like more of a disguise than his actual disguise of shaving himself is.
What's he wearing at that gala at the start again? He's got like either he's got like a really colourful bow tie on, or he's got some like waistcoat on, but he looks like a fucking professional snooker player.
He's got a very silly waistcoat on, and he looks like John Virgo.
God rest his soul. He only died
God
a
rest
ago.
his soul. Rest in peace, John Virgo. He looks like him. He
does,
going to be snookering.
That's what it was. I was trying to place it. I was like, either
that's
that,
John Virgo's Virgo master.
Or he had a ponytail, folk musician. Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. Yeah. So the call comes in. They've located the ambulance. Someone's seen the ambulance. So everyone hops in the choppers to start the hot pursuit. It ends pretty abruptly. So we have a really cool scene though, and I got myself a little bit bummed out when I was watching the film, because there's a really cool scene where they're in the helicopter. And Samuel Gerard is like directing people, talking down various comms or whatever, and then out in the background of the shot, we have the ambulance driving along like a cliffside road. Which is in the same shot. Really, really good shot. Love it.
Yeah.
But during that shot, I was thinking to myself, oh man, when I watched this as a kid, I bet I would have thought Harrison Ford was really driving that ambulance right now. But obviously right now it's just somebody else driving an ambulance, because like, why would they pay Harrison Ford to drive an ambulance? And as I was having that thought, I got sad at myself going, oh, I've just ruined the magic of the
Man,
movie for a minute.
Devastating.
Yeah, it really was. I got over it though.
Something I really enjoyed about the scene and the vibes it brings and stuff and the way it's put together is I really like how Sam Gerard's dialogue is kind of, the audio is like through what's meant to be the helicopter's like kind of like comms, and you only hear on one side of it, you only hear on his like instructions. There's not like a back and forth with someone else. I think that's brilliant. It puts you into the location.
Yeah, this film treads a fine line between like going too hardcore with authentic stuff and then still having fun for like, you know, big 90s movie action thrills and spills. And it treads that line really, really well, I think, because it does this stuff like you just described. Yeah. And then the next thing we get is the whole bit where the helicopter like touches down at the end of the tunnel as he's driving through the tunnel.
Yeah.
And like the police cars like jump up the back of the tunnel and he's like caught like a rat in a trap. And you got all the police like running through the tunnel. You got that one idiot who gets out of his car and is like, "What's going on?" And he's like,
"Yeah, I love
your fucking car,
you dick,
stupid dick!" Like Jesus Christ, what do you think's happening? Yeah,
fucking nothing good for you to be involved in, mate. There are people with raid jackets and guns and the helicopter just landed. Maybe just get really low inside your car and just wait until a large man with a rifle tells you it's okay to leave.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Wait for the police to come and like knock on your window. Like, Kimble escapes down a storm drain and when he realizes the only way he can go is down.
Yeah.
It looks improbable because it looks like a really narrow drain he got in, but he does it. And we see him do it. It's pretty impressive. It's not like Jackie Chan going through that little thing in Rush Hour, but it's like, it's similar. Very cool. The team all see it. Tommy Lee Jones, Samuel Gerard says, "We got a gopher."
We got a gopher.
I like that they say shit like that, but I also want to know, like, how often does that happen that you need to come up with a nickname for it? He doesn't say it like, I thought of a fun thing, I'm going to call this a gopher. He says it like, I've said it like 10,000 times. He says it like he gets a gopher every third day of the week.
And it's funny because then he pulls somebody else on weird jargon lately when he gives a guy grief for using the word hinky. So it's like, Sam Gerard is very precise in the odd language he likes people to use and not use, you know?
You know what? Hinky maxing for a second. When we did the Sicario episode, I said hinky. I caught myself going, why did I say hinky? And it's because of this film.
Fuck.
And I hadn't watched it yet again. It was just already in there. Brilliant.
Embedded.
Awesome. Now we get the iconic sequence, made more iconic by The Simpsons, of Kimble in the dam at the spillway, holding the gun to Gerard, pointing as he does. If he's not pointing, I think he is pointing. He's certainly pointing in my mind, going, "I didn't kill my wife!"
Yeah.
And then Gerard's hands up, "I don't care."
Yeah.
Really great way for us, probably about half an hour into the film, to set out the stall of these two characters, like really just very clearly announces the motivations of these guys. Your boy Kimble is on a search for truth and justice and to clear his name, and Samuel Gerard just wants to catch his man. He's a Mountie who just needs to get his guy.
Yeah.
And both very noble pursuits, you know, without fear and a favour. He just wants to get his guy and put him back into the justice system from which he escaped from. And I think I like that scene a lot because it shows us that this is the movie saying you're allowed to root for both these guys.
Yeah, definitely it is.
Put that gun down! Put that gun down! Now!
Like Tommy Lee Jones isn't being a cunt about this, basically.
Yeah.
And then you get a brilliant, obviously iconic. Kimble throws himself, just steps backwards, falls off the spillway. My glasses.
Yeah. You see, you've totally broken my mind now, because now, right, I'm imagining Milhouse in those flashbacks with Richard's wife. And it's black and white, and she's dying, and Milhouse is just trying to resuscitate her.
But he's there doing like the eyebrow wobble.
Yeah. My God, no.
Say the line, Bart.
And then he's tussling with the one-armed man, but the one-armed man's like, fucking, you know who the one-armed man is?
Oh, it's the I know who it is. It's the veteran guy who teaches them how to do the assault.
Yes, it's that guy. It's that guy from the first or second season. Like, the key to Springfield is Evergreen Terrace. The Romans knew it, and now you know it.
Yeah, that's it.
Or it's the fat German kid Uta, that little lad in the fucking lederhosen, and he's just like,
"Don't chase me, I'm full of chocolate."
God grieve.
Man, I did not see this going here. This is brilliant.
In German, that fuck has a Swiss accent, by the way.
That's amazing. That's so
it.
good. That's so fucking good.
Brilliant.
We truly are an excellent multinational team with interesting perspectives.
Look at us all adding value. Wow.
I
love it.
too have added one value to the pod.
Mate, you turned up on time, mate. That's
Can I get my chicken nuggets now? I've been a good boy for 5.
No tendies for you. Not enough good boy
Oh, shit.
points.
Everything's coming at Millhouse in the sense that Richard Kimble survives that incredible fall that no man should be able to survive. It looks really good still, by the way. I mean, you can tell it's someone's lobbed a dummy off the side, but it doesn't look like offensively bad.
Yeah.
Actually, they're after Richard Kimble because he possesses superhuman feats such as being able to swim in aerated water.
Yeah, and not find yourself like pummeled to death by being in the plunge pool at the bottom of a dam. Yeah.
But I mean, they've really got to kind of sell this scene and make it look good, because obviously any kind of scene like this, when you're jumping down a waterfall or off this structure like this, you're up against that scene in The Mission from about 6 years beforehand, when the guy
Classic.
goes over the waterfall tied to a big fuck off crucifix, and it's like you're up against that as far as scenes of spectacle goes.
Yeah, good pull.
Yeah.
I like this. So he gets out. Gerard is not phased at all from this. He's like, I want a body. Find me a body. I want divers down there. I want a helicopter searching here. He does not let up the pace at all.
Yeah.
There's not even a second where he goes, well, that's him fucking dead. And Joey Pants is like, can we go home now? He's like, tell you we can go fucking home, Joey.
Yeah. fucking classic Joey.
You
know what
can
is-
get me another.
Classic Cosmo Renfro.
I like the precision and the realism with which it is written, and how he goes into fine details like tell the pilots to watch out for the wires, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't just kind of like, he throws out one-liners which are really funny and stuff like, well, go get a straight pole and find the fish that ate him.
Yeah.
But he isn't just all one-liners and waka waka and like kind of badass lines. He's like, you can tell he's an intelligent guy who knows exactly how to do this kind of shit. And things like that, the little kind of procedural things like make sure the helicopter pilots don't hit the wire, just really appeals to me on a probably autistic level.
I love it as well, and I think it's part of the charm of this film, and part of what makes the dual protagonists angle really work is that both Kimble and Gerard are both shown to be extremely competent people.
Yeah.
Kimble obviously with his tradecraft, Kimble with his medicine as well. He obviously saves that kid's life. We'll talk about that in a bit, and him like basically doing his own investigative work to uncover what's going on with Provasic and essentially establish the motive for his wife's murder.
Yeah.
And by so doing, uncover the culprit as well. Incredible.
Yeah.
And so he's doing all that. Gerard, as you say, is a very good, capable leader. And leadership is very appealing when you see it done well on screen, but also very skilled in his actual like SME elements of his job, as well.
Yeah.
So it's subject matter expert sort of stuff. He's extremely squep in what he's doing, and it shows. And I think that sells it, because we've got like two people who are both really competent, both really likable.
Yeah.
As well.
Incredibly so.
Yeah, I think Ford has the harder job to be likable as Kimble, because he has less opportunity to be likable, whereas Gerard has the gift of being able to bounce off his team all the time.
Yeah.
And even when he's like giving them a bit of a gentle ribbon and fucking with them a little bit, it still comes across as really likable.
Yeah.
Like while you're thinking, think of one of those donuts, chocolate donuts with the sprinkles. While you're thinking, like all that stuff.
Don't let them give you shit about your ponytail.
Yes, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good boy.
Okay.
Well done. Don't let them give you shit about your ponytail.
Yeah. So So the next bit that we should cover is there's two threads now. One is Kimble hitchhiking back to Chicago. Incredibly unlikely. One of the major stretches of the film. Couldn't happen today. There's no way any woman alone in a car is letting a man into it. Just don't see that happening these days.
No, absolutely fucking not.
But yeah, I mean,
and for pretty fucking good reasons as well. Let's be straight here. I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Women are choosing the bear, and it's not by accident. I think. Wow, that's a reference to some extremely online discourse.
Okay. Half of this show is references to extremely online discourse, though.
I was going to say extremely online references on this podcast. When have
No
we ever
way.
done that before? It's not
Wow.
like the last 50 minutes have been mostly that.
Did you know that we're at war, by the way? This is over here.
Yeah.
We're at war. Yeah.
Holy fuck,
Holy crap.
guys.
Right. That's all I'm allowed to talk about it. That's all I'm allowed to say. Right. I'm aware it's happening.
Operation
Anyway.
Epic Bacon.
Who the fuck named that?
It's so bad,
Come
right?
on. We know who it was. It was fucking
It's so
Exec.
fucking stupid. It's like you know that like everybody is 12 theory, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
How like, everyone on the internet in politics is a 12-year-old, and it's like
Of course it's called epic
Yeah.
epic
Yeah.
fucking
oh boy, oh boy, oh
Epic
boy, oh
Fury.
boy, oh boy, Operation Jean-Claude Van Damme spinning kickers go, oh boy.
Mom said it's my turn on the
It's
operation
terrible.
naming generator.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I want to launch Operation No Bedtimes.
Yeah, man. So, what was the latest one? Hegseth made an address to the country today, I guess, as a prelude to a further address by Trump, which I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this. Today is the 2nd of March, 2026. So we're like 48 hours into like the nonsense. He made one of the comments he made was addressing US service personnel like, we have President Trump and I, we've got your backs. And we've got your backs from he kind of like gesticulates to the audience. He goes like from the media, like dismissively, and from people criticizing you and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, what does that actually mean? Right? Because you haven't actually got their backs because you've sent them to do an illegal war. Everything they're doing, more than one, I think, verifiable war crime has taken place already. When you say you've got their backs, like, how far does that extend? Are you gonna fucking stop killing the fucking VA nurses then? That you killed in fucking Minnesota a couple of weeks ago? Like, sorry, man. I'm probably going to delete this out of the podcast, but fuck me, man. Really angers me. That guy angers,
that's
boils
fucking
my
terrible.
pit.
And again, all of the shit that he comes out with, all of his stupid fucking quotes. My rule of thumb on the whole everyone is 12 unified theory of everything being shit now is that if someone makes a political statement, you can respond to with, okay, buddy, high five, good for you, little guy. They are indeed a fucking 12-year-old. And that's the shit he comes out with. Trump as well. What to say? The Iranian Navy's floating at the bottom of the sea. Good job, little buddy, high five.
Yeah, man.
Freaks.
Yeah, we hit a real. Some of this, right? He said some of the most insane stuff to me. You did the Lord Farquaad speech from Shrek. Did you catch
What
that?
the fuck?
Some with you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Like, what the? And then when God rest their souls, several members of the U.S. Armed Services have sadly passed away as a direct result of his actions.
Yeah.
He then was like, people die in war. That's just what happens. There's going to be more. Like, fuck you, man. You start it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It's like he's literally come out and just said, it is what it is, basically, right? And it's like, I'll fucking say it is what it is if I don't bring the milk in and it goes bad. You know, if I leave the milk out when the milky man delivers it, it is what it is. You know, if I lose a $5 at the pub, it is what it fucking is, man. Gotta take people down. Well, yep, fuck you.
And then Vance had the temerity to say that, the difference, what makes this war that we're involved in the Middle East different from the other ones, is that all the other presidents, all of them were morons. I'm like, mate, you are throwing a lot of masonry for someone living in a glass house right now.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Blew my mind. Anyway.
Back to the movie.
Anyway, back to the movie. Right. So Kimble was hitchhiked into Chicago. What is also happening at the same time, and this initially confused me for a split second because I was looking away in second screening, which is really bad, is there's a witness that is seen Copeland get into a car, and he's now staying at the home of a lover, I guess.
Yeah, because the way the film tells it to you is they're saying, we've got our guy, he's shacked up with a lady in Chicago, and you kind of think, or our thoughts for a moment, shit,
Kimble's a slayer? What?
Yeah, Kimble's a slayer. Kimble's a Chad already?
What?
Wow. We are mogged by his widower maxing. But anyway, but the film does kind of throw you dummy for a bit by making you think that he's got into the car with this woman, he's gone to her house, then we see the scene of the US Marshals approaching the house and you think, they're going to be going after Kimble in there.
I enjoyed this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. And I like that. It's a really good little twist and turn.
Yeah.
Makes it very entertaining. I like a good fake out when it's done well, and which this is. So this is part of when I was saying the U.S. Marshals. I could do with them turning them down by like a tiny fraction. This is probably the main one, and it's to do with the costuming that they do to blend in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where like Tommy Lee Jones is dressed as, what did you say, Sanjay? A Russian tank commander.
A Russian tank commander. It's the hat, isn't it?
He does though, doesn't he? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Am I wrong?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? And he's like telling us, like, buddy, act drunk. It's like, but I mean, all of this pales in comparison to US Marshals when you're first introduced to him when he's wearing a fucking chicken suit.
This is what I told Sanya because he hasn't seen it. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Glad you mentioned it. Oh,
yeah.
God, ridiculous. That's because they turn it up an extra dial because they have to carry the whole movie, really. Because, like, Wesley Snipes isn't really doing anything. He's not as engaging as Harrison Ford, sadly, because he's not got as much to do. It's a real shame. Anyway, this takes a very sharp negative turn when they get into the house and start doing a bit of CQB, kinda. Yeah. I'll let you talk about that in the Weapons 3 section, I think.
Yeah, I fucking love that scene, actually.
But immediately goes horrible. So the atmosphere in the house is pretty horrible. It's pretty rundown dwelling. And Copeland, like, goes high and right straight away. Gets the one guy with the ponytail in a headlock and holds a gun to his head, and he starts like screaming his head off like, "I got you, guy!" It's like Biggs he's got in the head in the headlock, holding at gunpoint. We get another character defining moment from Gerard though. So Gerard, upon seeing this, takes a really risky shot at close quarters, shoots and kills Copeland before he can shoot Biggs. Outside the house, Biggs catches up with Gerard. Obviously, he's a bit more critical because he's like, "You could have killed me, man. You know, I could have got killed." And his ears ringing from like the gunfire by his head and all that kind of stuff. And then he leans in close to his ear.
It's 100% not service related.
Are you a veteran of the armed forces since 1987?
Mwop.
Have you suffered hearing loss?
Mop.
I get those adverts on Instagram all the time.
I get up on Facebook and I'm not even a fucking veteran. I'm not even fucking part of the industrial complex apart from this pod, and I got them on Facebook.
You're a veteran of the airsoft wars, aren't you?
I'm a veteran of 1,000 psychic wars, in the words of Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, I'm a veteran of living through unprecedented historical events.
Unprecedented historical, fucking. And also the Gen Zs are involved in this boat as well too. They are
indeed. Yeah, you were alive when Princess Diana died. Just probably. When's your birthday? That's when it started for me.
Bastille Day.
Oh, so you were a month old when she died. Tommy Lee Jones leans in close to Biggs' ear and he's like, "Can you hear what I'm saying?" He's like, "Yeah, I can hear what I'm saying." He goes, "I don't bargain." And that's another cool sort of full stop on off the back of his "I don't care." So he's incredibly driven and he doesn't mess around. Right, so Kimble now is in Chicago at large, and he's wheeling and dealing. He's trying to figure out what's going on. He bumps into his old friend Dr. Charles Nichols in an underpass, gets a couple of bucks from him. It establishes that Charles, who we saw like at the very beginning in the gala, Charles and he are friends and they're still friendly despite the fact that he's a wanted man. Kimble starts his kind of mission. So posing as a janitor, Kimble infiltrates Cook County Hospital, and he does this by initially going in the hospital, stealing a janitor's ID, going away again, and doing some like offline. He's like doing some like forging. He's like getting some janitor uniform.
Like, he gets digs as well, doesn't he? Like gets himself in that Polish lady's basement.
That's right. She's living with her fail son.
Her absolute fail son, who was pivotal to the plot later on.
Yeah, absolutely.
What an absolute chud, by the way. If anyone in this film, if any character in this film would ever go on to utter the phrase, "fuck my chud life," it's him. Can you imagine? Yeah. Because he'd be what? Let's run some quick maths here. He'd be probably in his like, I mean, he's like in his like, probably like late 20s. He's at that point. He'll be in his like 40s, late 40s when Reddit first comes on the scene. By now, by like today's fucking hot minute, he'll be in his 50s, posting his busted ass meals on kitchen cells, going like, 53-year-old, kissless, hugless, handholders virgin, spoke to a girl today. She vomited. Pecan pie. I'm gonna rope Max.
Raw ramen.
Raw ramen. Day old burger. I want to die.
Yeah, man, he sucks. So
yeah.
Kimble gets those digs, and it's nicely like intercut with the marshals interviewing Kimble's like associates, because he's like, we want the heat to die down. We don't want media coverage. We want Kimble to try and re-enter his life.
Yeah.
But in the background, they're interviewing like his colleagues. So we get some great like, they're not cameos because they weren't famous yet, but we get lots of very short bit parts by people who would be famous later, which we'll talk about in casting. But like one of those is like Jane Lynch. We get like the chief of police from Psych. people like that get queried. And one of them is obviously this Charles Nichols, played by Jerome Crabb, and he's very, very charming, and he's like, oh, I bumped into Kimble outside my tennis club. Seems to be like really affable, but he also seems to be like firmly in Kimble's corner, which is a misdirect, I think. It's just the film plays really well. And we also highlight, he's like, look, Kimble's really smart. And I think it's like, it's Gerard and I think like Joey Pants, and they're like, we're smart guys. Smarter than us.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, smarter than you. And he's like, smarter than you. He's like,
yes,
smarter, even smarter than me. Yeah, and we get that intercut with like him doing the making the fake ID and posing for like a passport photo and dyeing his hair dark and stuff as well. So he's doing all that to like change his appearance. Then he goes to the hospital as a fake janitor. There's some kind of, I mean, it's classic indictment of the American healthcare system. The hospital's like overflowing. Everyone's super busy. Dr. Julianne Moore is there. She spots Kimble as the janitor and says, I need you to move this kid down to whatever department it is that the sick kid needs to go to. And he's like, oh, what, me? I'm only here to do some research. Shit, fine, I will. So he goes and helps the kid, goes into the elevator, looks at the kid's chest x-ray, which he clocks.
Like he diagnoses as something like pretty much wrong by like the way the kid's like breathing and the pain that he's in the chest. And of course the doctor's sort of misdiagnosed him, I think. I forgot what it is that like the doctor is looking at him. It's very much a kind of really perfunctory, almost battlefield triage at this point, doesn't it? Like, doesn't examine the kid much.
He looks at the chest x-ray, asks a few questions, writes some stuff on his chart. And uses his doctor signature, which is just a wavy line. Takes him down to a surgical theatre, and then kind of like, as the janitor just goes like, I've got this patient for you, and like hands the chart over. And then she looks at it, she pieces together what the correct course of action is from the notes the subtle notes he's added to the chart. And again, another good character moment from Kimble, because we see that he's got, heart of gold. He's at the risk of being made. He's went out of his way to do something good to save this child's life. And then after that, he starts doing his investigation. So he goes to the place. I don't know if it's actually after or before this now I think about it. It could be the way around. But he goes to the prosthetics department. It has a cool name. Someone lets him in. He pretends to clean like the shutters so he can lock himself in and be unseen in an office. Gets up an oldie schooly computer with a black screen and green text like a Fallout fucking terminal. And brings up the database and prints off a bunch of names and smuggles them away for further examination later. But he is made again as he attempts to exit the hospital by Dr. Julianne Moore. And as he starts to feel the heat around the corner, he bugs out and just leaves. And she like tries to call security, but it's too late.
One of my favorite bits about this is like she grabs his ID card and then she's like, "You wait here," and it's like, "No, fuck you! I'm literally going to run away." It's like that in itself is a bit of like an indictment on like orderly staff and janitors might sometimes get treated at hospitals, maybe, because it's a bit like shit. It's like, you wait there. Like there's this utter self-belief that this peon, this servant will do exactly what she says.
Because she's clinical staff.
It's probably not meant to be written like that, but it does feel a little bit like there's almost this kind of feeling of like, you stay there, servant, kind of thing. Yeah. And he fucking bolts and he's out with there.
We get a whole sequence of him doing the investigation. So he's calling up all the numbers that he's got from the database.
He does that jail visit for that guy that he finds just to determine it's not him. And the guy wants to still have a conversation. He's like, "Hey man, they got me out myself enough." And he's like, "No, I've got to go." It's like,
that's
man,
really
funny. You would have at least talked a bit of smack, wouldn't you? It's like, how about that local sports team? Go Cubs, Chicago Mets, baby.
Chicago. Yeah. So there's two bits we haven't talked about. One of them I'll save for, you got to do it though, oversell of the military industrial complex. We'll talk about it in a bit. But now you've taken us nicely up to the sequence where Gerard and that are also there, because they have also running down the same list of suspects.
Yeah.
So they want to talk to this guy and find out what the crack is. And they just happen.
I think that's all at the point in the film when Gerard starts to kind of off his own bat investigate things himself, and he becomes less of a manhunter and more of like a kind of oversight of what's going on as he starts to realise that maybe the investigation has been a bit hinky.
Botched. So what really propels this, and I think this is sold pretty well at the start of the film as well, is that every bit of law enforcement that Samuel Gerard has interacted with in the state of Illinois has not impressed him. Everyone's fucked him off in some way. Like the state troopers were full of shit. The local sheriff's department had been full of shit. Now he goes to Chicago itself, which is where their office is based out of, because he says he's come back home and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, he's met the Chicago PD and got a bit of a word from the investigating officer from the case.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, died just like last week in real life.
No shit.
Ron Dean, who played Detective Kelly. Yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah, rest in peace him. Anyway, yeah, so he meets with those guys and kind of like gets a flavor for what the investigation was like and realizes that actually this was bullshit. He gets his own guys to re-interview every witness in that initial case, which is a weird misallocation of their resources, but it's good. Yeah. So you're absolutely right. So now they're doing their own investigation, going like, maybe Kimble's not full of shit. What actually did happen? Because, and he can justify this, because the more he knows about what really happened and what's going on in his real life, he thinks, well, now I can find out where he's going to go next and who he's going to talk to. So there's a like a plot functional reason for him to do so, which is cool.
Yeah.
Worth noting at this point in the filming of the movie that when Harrison Ford got on the project, he had quite a significant say on some amends to the screenplay, and he made some talks about how they wanted to change not the shooting schedule so much, but like had some ideas about how they were going to shoot the movie. And it was Harrison Ford who lobbied really hard to shoot it on location in Chicago for the Chicago sequences. All the rural stuff had taken place in like North Carolina and bits and bobs, but he was like, right, when we're in Chicago, we are in Chicago. And Andrew Davis, who directed the movie, is from Chicago.
Yeah.
So it was his idea to take advantage of the St. Patrick's Day parade. None of this was in the screenplay. And he was like, right, St. Patrick's Day's parade is in town. We're in Chicago. We're shooting. We're gonna get involved. And they didn't plan this too far ahead of time. They kind of just rocked up on the day and a bit of guerrilla filming just did their bits. It wasn't in the screenplay, amazing, so man. It was like you're going to go up to the crowd. They're going to look for you. You're going to run away. They're going to chase you. All that kind of stuff. You're going to put one of these hats on and kind of march along with the guys.
That was great.
Just yeah.
Grey man activities. So, I love them, man. Just
yeah, cool. So we have Let's do this bit sequence properly. So so they're in City Hall. There's a flight of stairs. I love this. Gerard spots him on the stairwell and he's not sure who he is. She just goes, Richard! And then Richard looks up at him, and that's when he's like, fuck, I just looked at the guy. And that's when the foot chase starts. I think that's brilliant. He gets out the building through the door. One of the guys is up on the roof, and he's like, he's going across whatever it's called.
Plaza, yeah.
Across the plaza. He's running towards the parade, and they run out to the oh man, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic sequence.
To be really like Newcastle mentioned, something I love about Chicago and some of the shots in the city is work with me here. It looks a bit like if Grangertown had skyscrapers in it, doesn't it? Some parts of Chicago look like if Newcastle's Grangertown area also put big fuck off skyscrapers in it, and I like that.
It's a great city. It's a great location. And this is probably I've seen online some mentions as being like a great Chicago movie. And it is. Like, so think of other Chicago movies that we've watched. So we did The Untouchables.
Untouchables, yeah.
But The Untouchables didn't really show us too much Chicago. It had like that one street they made look like a 1930s street that they shot all their street scenes in pretty much, and the docks, but we didn't see the city itself, so we don't get like the iconic river and the bridges across the river.
And stuff, but didn't see the bridges and stuff. You're right, no.
Yeah, exactly. So that didn't do it as well, I don't think. Other great Chicago movies, man, I'm not so good at this, but the only one I can think of off the top of my head was Sandra Bullock in While You Were Sleeping, because she works for the L train. Later, Kimble breaks into the home of another suspect off his list, Frederick Sykes. Frederick Sykes is played by Andreas Katsoulis.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of those guys. We'll talk about it when we get to the
I was going to say, section. I've got notes on this guy as well.
Yeah, big time. So he breaks into his house. Kimble recognizes Sykes as the one-armed man who's his wife's killer, and discovers evidence linking Sykes to his former colleague, Dr. Alec Lentz, and this is a great piece of shit fucking big pharma name, Devlin McGregor. A multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical company, Devlin McGregor. It's a great name for a fucking piece of shit company. Developing a drug called Provasec. Sorry, if you say Provasec, you've got a point. Provasec. Kimble had reviewed Provasec and discovered that it causes liver damage, which should have prevented the drug being approved for sale. However, he finds out that it basically has.
Yeah, they've been using samples from one non-diseased liver, the same non-diseased liver for all of these samples, and that's determined, isn't it? Like, found that out when he pulls the samples from that cool old pathologist guy, Bones, they call him?
Yes, right. He visits that guy, and that guy's like,
Yeah.
"That whole business with your wife. What happened in the end?" He's like, "It's not over."
I fucking love
sure.
that guy. Like, I yearn to be like that guy, so disconnected from the news that he's like, what happened to that whole thing with you being sentenced to death for murdering your wife, man? Now you're walking around, you've drastically changed your appearance, and I'm just not even gonna fucking bother to really kind of analyze this. Just, hey man, it's all good. No, I don't watch the news. Papers, no.
Just gonna watch my stories.
I'm gonna
I love
watch
that.
my stories. I'm gonna watch The Brave and the Bold, and that's it.
So you get to the bottom of the liver sample stuff by speaking to his old pal Jane Lynch as well.
Yeah.
Which is great. Jane Lynch is she's great, like that guy actually, great character actor. Yeah, I really like this. So they do so much subtle. They do some really good character establishing work with her. Just like the costuming, I think it's really cool how they do that.
Yeah, like the kind of
she's got the badge, like hate is
not a family value badge. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got like the AIDS ribbon and stuff on as well.
Yeah, she's class. She's got a lot of steel about the character, a lot of get in there. I like her.
Yeah, she wasn't like she was pretty dismissive of the U.S. Marshals earlier on as well by saying like he's too smart, like looking for him it's the wrong place kind of thing. And now she's like out and out aiding and abetting because she fucking rules.
Yeah, she's not give a shit.
But now that we've made this breakthrough in the case, your boy Kimble rings Gerard from Sykes' home. The US Marshals will be led to Sykes' address where they interview him, and they immediately tell that something is, quote, hinky. So that's pretty cool. And then, suspicious that he already finds, Gerard puts Sykes under surveillance, but he sneaks away. Kimble realizes that the Provasic-affected liver samples that he sent to Lentz were tampered with, which we talked about, to hide the side effects. They were then approved in Lentz's name on the same day that he died under suspicious circumstances. Therefore, Kimble deduces that Nichols was responsible. Then we get into sort of the final act here. So, aboard a train to the medical conference in a hotel where Nichols will unveil Provasic, Kimble is attacked by Sykes, who shoots an intervening police officer, played by Neil Flynn, dead. We were talking about Scrubs. Yeah, fucking the janitor from Scrubs.
Amazing.
Yeah. Brilliant. And Kimble subdues Sykes, knocks him out, sticks his weapon. But the police assume Kimble killed the officer and order him shot on sight because the Chicago PD in this film are fucking morons. At the conference, Kimble publicly confronts Nichols for killing Lentz, concealing Provasic's side effects for the profit and directorship of Devlin McGregor. Cool. Right. Before we carry on, the train sequence is cool AF.
It really is.
I really like it. It's a really good Chicago thing. They've mentioned the elevated rail network already, and now we get to go on it, so that's quite cool. How do you think it weighs up against Collateral that we did recently?
It's interesting because Collateral's train sequence is like a battle between two individuals while a third individual kind of hides, and the battle, the kind of conflict on this train is between kind of three individuals who are all kind of like at loggerheads with each other, really, aren't they? Like it's just this like kind of like triple kind of collision, and there's this tension where the cops, like this tension just when the cops going to get involved kind of thing, and then just quick, brutal, nasty gunfight. When Sykes is incapacitated by Richard Kimble, I did say to Emma, I was like, as he starts handcuffing him, he's like, I hope he doesn't try to handcuff him to his prosthetic arm. But then, of course, Richard Kimble is too intelligent for that, and he handcuffs him to the rail in the train. But yeah, it stands up more as like a kind of, it essentially becomes like a really quick and dirty 20-foot rule kind of gunfight, doesn't it? Whereas there's a lot more like kind of skill and precision, and it's more about the gunplay in Collateral. While in this film, it's just guys shooting at each other from the hip, almost, just in a blind panic of a close, nasty gunfight. I think it doesn't have the same. It isn't shot with the same like Michael Mann regard for the art of gunslinging, if you see what I mean. It's just a quick, brutal, nasty engagement. It's not meant to be the climax of the film like the scene in Collateral is.
Yeah, this has got it's got the funny little bit that leads up to it as well, where he's sat on the train and there's a guy opposite to him reading the paper, and he can see his own picture on the back page. And instead of just getting up and walking away, he sits there and waits for the guy to like turn the paper around and look at it, and then look at him, and then look at the paper.
And then the guy just fucking gets up and gets off. It's like, I'll just get the next train.
Just get there, that's so good.
It's incredible scenes.
I like that. I like the bit where Neil Flynn makes Kimble and turns and pushes. He's gonna go Kimble. Yeah. Because that's that you see that scene again in Scrubs, which is very fun.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is really good. I like the fight. I like the weight of the fight. So there's some really good punching going on.
Yeah.
From Kimble here, and he uses like the I think there's a bit where the train lurches and he kind of falls forward and throws a punch at the same time, and you feel it connect, and it's like, oh, that must have really hurt that one. Which is cool. The only thing I didn't like about it is after he's handcuffed him to the railing, he grabs him by the hair
and he goes bangs his head against the wall of the train.
Yeah, he goes like this. I think this is my stop, or like this is where you get off. Something like that. He says some kind of piffy one-liner, like this is my stop, and then he bangs his head, and then the guy does like that really exaggerated, like, oh, I've been knocked out.
Yeah,
a little head wobble, I've been knocked out, and a little head wobble on a slump. And it's like, I don't know if that would just hurt a bit. I don't think it would knock me out necessarily.
Yeah. And I mean, as a medical professional, you'd want like not fuck around with head injuries and stuff, right? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, if you want this guy alive to testify and stuff, the ordeal he's gone through hasn't made him into a killer, but it's made him into a guy who's gonna fucking bang a dude's head against the train's walls and not think too much of it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So that happens, and then we get to the conference. I was thinking the other day when I watched this that we talked about this scene when we did the Smoking Aces episode about where it was like the most hilarious course of action was that this conference was taking place at the same time as the raid on the hotel's happening.
And he's just screaming about Provasic and nobody cares because like there's fucking neo-Nazis shooting people up and black power snipers laying down hate from the roof and stuff like that.
yeah, exactly. It was like no one cares. Yeah, it's so good. He kind of like makes a big scene, walks into the everyone recognizes him because it's obviously like a room full of his peers. And it's obviously hot news as well. Just as Charles Nichols is giving his big speech to unveil Provasic, and then he's like, "That's how you did it, isn't it? You swapped the samples." And everyone's like, "Oh my god, he swapped the samples! Oh my god!" And he's like, "Oh, my friend is feeling a little bit unwell," and he kind of steps off the stage. And there's one bit where like he's trying to put his arm around Kimble, and Kimble shrugs his arm off, and everyone's like, "Oh, damn!"
It's great. It's such like a well-mannered confrontation. There's something very kind of old-fashioned about it. It's like the tone of it all shifts to something that may not have even been from that century, you know what I mean? It becomes very, very like measured, and there's just this kind of calm but imposing feel about it. I like how Nichols begins to crack and says dishonest instead of honest, by the way. I really liked that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it just changes into this very, very kind of tense scene of weaponized good manners.
Yeah, Kimble's like, "You changed the samples, didn't you, huh? You switched the samples. After Lenz died, you're the only one who had the access. You switched the samples and the pathology reports." And then he shoves Nichols, and everyone's like, "Oh, damn!
Oh, damn!
Did you kill Lenz too, huh? Did you?" And then he turns around to the crowd. "You falsified his research so the RDU-90 could be approved and Devin McGregor could give you Provasic." And then he turns his back. And that's when they have like the big fight. So the pair fight through the hotel, pursued by Gerard.
Brilliant.
And you have this awesome. So they go to the roof like straight away, and they're outside on the roof air complex. The ROE has been given to the cops, like, shoot on sight. You take him. You got a clean shot. You take. You've got God, what's his name again? You've got the ponytail guy. Don't let him give you shit for his ponytail. Yeah. He's in the ops room. He's actually like in the security CCTV area. So he's keeping tracks of his movements throughout the hotel. So you've got like all these comms going off. Everyone's talking on comms all the time, whilst you have the fight happening. I like it. Really, really well handled. Again, as I was saying earlier on, like it's a bit of a lost art, the weaponized use of a helicopter in movies these days. This is like lurking around the building. You've got like the sniper inside, like taking pot shots. And then as soon as like Gerard gets on the roof, it's like, we got an agent on the roof, like hold your fire. And they fight their way through they get to I guess a skylight.
Yeah.
And they fight in the vicinity of it. Another really good crunchy, punchy fight.
Harrison Ford has always seemed like a guy who would just beat the fucking brakes off you in a fight. Even at his current age, looks like he could throw a good couple of punches in the car park of a flat-roofed pub. You know?
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
Am I wrong? I think he's a fantastic puncher.
Yeah.
Obviously, as I said, I watched Indiana Jones recently. Raiders of the Lost Ark, and he throws a good bunch of punches in that. He throws a great slug of punches in this as well. He's handy, like is what I'd say.
I mean, compared to how, throwing back to prior episodes, compared to how Clint Eastwood conducts himself in the bathroom fight scene in Firefox, when his physical violence is just not that good. Like, and
I don't know if some of that is the direction as well.
And it's filmed from weird angles, that fight scene as well. Like, there's that POV angle, he's like coming towards the guy, and it's like, that ain't good.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah, so they fall through onto... Well, what happened? Nichols falls into an elevator. Meanwhile, Kimble lands on top of the elevator.
Yeah.
And then gets a bit groggy, comes to consciousness, gets into the elevator, and then follows Nichols. They've went down to the 5th floor, which is revealed to be the laundry. And we have a bit of a cat and mouse where we have Kimble pursuing Nichols, but Gerard and Joey Pants pursuing Kimble. And then in order to furnish himself with a weapon, Nichols knocks out an unsuspecting Joey Pant and steals his gun. He does it with like a big long clothing rail thing, something like that.
Yeah, like some.
It looks like it would fuck you. I think that's why at the end they show the scene of him getting like put into the ambulance and talking shit to people. Because it's like, look, just so you know, Joey Pants didn't die from that thing that would definitely kill you.
Yeah.
Gerard is calling out to Kimble to tell him, Kimble, there's no way out of here, Richard. The entire building's locked down. Give it up, Richard. You don't have any time. Chicago police thinks you're a cop killer. They will shoot you on sight. Richard, I know you're innocent. I know about Frederick Sykes. I know about Dr. Charles Nichols, Richard. He borrowed your car that night of the wife's murder. He had your keys. No forced entry, Richard. He telephoned Sykes from your car. Richard, give it up, Richard. I'm either lying or I'm going to shoot you. What do you think? It's time to stop running. And as he's saying all that, Nichols is obviously just taking out Joey Pants.
Yeah,
and he's lining up a shot on Gerard now, thinking, "Fuck, this guy's onto me. I need to kill him as well." And then Kimble comes up from behind Nichols with like a pipe or something,
and just wails on him,
on his legs, knocks him off his feet, and then hits him on the back. And Gerard turns around, sees Kimble with the pipe, but sees more importantly Nichols with the gun pointed directly at him. And then your boy Kimble finally gives himself over to the custody of Samuel Gerard, and both our guys won.
Yes,
he proved his innocence, and Samuel Gerard got his man. We get like a really, really quick wrap up. It's impressive how quickly they wrap it up. So we get there's a press furore outside the hotel. I guess it's just those people to talk to. I guess.
Yeah.
And they're asking questions like, "So, if you arrested a one-armed man, and Dr. Kimble said it was a one-armed man responsible for killing his wife, is it the same one-armed man you're arresting for killing his wife?"
The press just have the lives. It's brilliant.
It's so good. Like, is it true you guys can't read? Is it like just absolutely having them? And then pat on the roof of the car, and they drive away, and then like there's nothing else. There's no like there's no like scene outside the courthouse. You've been exonerated. Like, what are you gonna do with your life? No like settling in a small house by the river kind of thing. Just like ends. Like this movie is like we did it. You smart people, you know what's going to happen next. Been exonerated, you know?
Yeah, there's no kind of like scene of anybody really else getting like the retribution. Like, it's not really necessary at this point, because you know that like the long prosthetic arm of justice is gonna come for them, because the whole film you've been seeing how determined the American justice system is. So you don't need like see another kind of trial or anything like that of the people who actually did it, and you don't need even see a kind of epilogue where it says and they all got executed, because you know bad shit's gonna happen. I mean, he's getting the fucking death sentence, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the summary is quite pithily says, while reporters query the police over failings in the case, Kimble is escorted to Gerard's car, where he reminds him of his earlier claim that he did not care. Gerard Riley asks him to keep it a secret that he does care. I like that.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. So, yeah, that wraps up our sort of recounting of the plot of the movie. What's
Yeah.
everyone's final opinions of the movie, though? Rory, I'll start with you.
Okay, first through the door again. Better than I remembered. I remember it being good. I didn't remember it being brilliant. And it was fucking excellent. So good. The way that it never really got, like, silly. It had a few bits when it kind of overstepped the mark a bit, but there was nothing too wacky about it. Even a film that's got a significant amount of banter in it never lost its gravity. I think a lot of screenwriters, looking right at you, Marvel, could really kind of learn a lot from just how the banter in this film, while it's engaging and explores the characters and characteristics of the people involved in the story, it doesn't like overpower things. It doesn't rob anything of its gravity. It's not like a "they fly now" kind of thing. Fucking he's right behind me, isn't he? That kind of thing. You know, like it's stuff that's quotable, but it's not like easily given to pastiche.
There's a lot of really, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of really, really cool stuff in here. First of all, I think my first takeaway from this film is that there are no subplots in this film. There's no like, background love story. There's no like, friends become lovers, lovers become friends.
Yeah.
None of that. It's just all about the plot. And I think that is the right call to make. I don't think there's any room. There's no fats here. It's a decent length movie, but there's no fats at all. There's a bunch of really cool. You know how I talked about in the last 2 episodes now, or should I say the last episode and the next episode, I talked about the screenwriting rule that there should be like a bit of symmetry between the start of the movie and the end of the movie. They should be in a conversation with each other. There's quite a bit of that here. So the movie opens with Kimble being put into a police car, and it ends with him being put in a police car. But the difference is the outlook. He's now being put into the police car because justice is going to take place rather than an injustice. The bad guy gives Kimble his keys back at the gala, and Gerard tells Kimble he knows the bad guy borrowed his car the night of the murder, so he had the keys in his house and called Sykes from his phone. So we have like that really little minor detail at the very start of the film. It gets paid off right at the end.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that.
That's really cool. God, what else do we have? Oh, right, yeah. So the very first night where Kimble's having his uneasy sleep under a pile of leaves, he dreams of the police interview that he had when he was initially interviewed. And during that interview, he raises his voice and does like an all-timer Harrison Ford angry point and goes, "Find that man!"
Yeah.
But then he goes on himself to find that man, which is really cool.
I like that.
And that's really good. Finally, and this is probably maybe the best one, Gerard shoots Copeland and then tells, is it Biggs or Newman? I can't remember the name of the guy. Goes, "I don't bargain." Like, that's his thing.
Yeah.
And then that is paid off later at City Hall, where he attempts to shoot Kimble, but it's through the bulletproof glass at City Hall. So he's like, he's not fucking around. He did shoot him. He got stopped by a bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
So it's great. The movie is absolutely fantastic for a film that's 2 hours and 10 minutes long. Like I said, there is no fat. It doesn't mess around. Really, really impressive. I'm glad that we've done this movie. I'm always going to feel like we haven't done it justice, I think, just because how much I think it's such a great movie. That's probably going to be the case with all these, right? But yeah, absolute all-timer for me. Sanya, if you got any thoughts, as someone who only saw the film for the first time like a week ago.
No, I think you've covered pretty much all avenues. I feel like it's just a relaxing watch for me. Like, it's not over the top, as a lot of thrillers tend to be. It's reasonably slow paced, but not so slow that it feels boring. It has a good flow, if you want to call it that.
Definitely.
I think that's a really good point. I think one of the things that really drew us, I don't know about you, Roy, but the thing that really drew me to doing a podcast about this genre of movies is because they are deceptively good films. Like you could write this off as like genre entertainment, but the fact that it actually got a lot of rewards recognition and a lot of critical acclaim is because it does a lot of really simple, I say simple stuff, but there's a lot of like stuff that may have been perfected through like the age of like Hitchcock and that kind of stuff. But it does it really, really well. So yes, okay, it's not Schindler's List, right? Okay, I get it. And it's not like a ground breaking piece of art cinema, But what it is a fantastic piece of entertainment that ticks all the boxes, you know.
Exactly.
And I go back to Harrison Ford's speech that he gave when he received his award, his Lifetime Achievement Award at the Actors Awards just last night, where he says, sometimes we make entertainment, sometimes we make art, sometimes if we're lucky, we make them both at the same time. And yeah, is this going to be regarded as a great piece of art? Maybe not, but it's a fucking great piece of entertainment.
Definitely. I think if we were doing a podcast about simply absolute cinema, I mean, we could easily lean into doing stuff about just art house films and just really highbrow dramas and stuff, but it probably wouldn't be as fun as doing thrillers. And I think there is so much complexity and depth to these films that may not be picked up just by like a person glancing at them, you know, like a cursory look at them. All right. So we're back and getting into categories for this film. I think Mike and I both have a lot of things to say about the casting of this movie. We're all familiar with the work of Harrison Ford in his 60th year of acting. He's come a long way from his first job as bellhop pager uncredited in a film called Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round. Quick aside, have you guys heard of this film?
Absolutely not.
Right. A paroled con man coordinates the robbery of an LA airport bank with the arrival of the Soviet premier. Is this extremely our shit? Is this extremely our thing? This is from 1966, and it looks like an absolute banger. It's like spin the wheel of the thriller plots, right? A spin, paroled con man coordinates the spin, robbery of a fucking bank at a spin, airport in LA, and spin, the fucking Soviet premier is also involved. This seems like our shit. I would like to officially add this to the list. Then it goes on to playing irate motorist, uncredited in a film called Love, Lima Uniform Victor, the cutesy uwu spelling of it. A weird-sounding Peter Falk and Jack Lemmon film featuring romantic cheating on your wife and suicide. It sounds like a weird fucking piece. And he was then a massive that guy in TV shows. He did Gunsmoke, Love American Style. He did the whole character actor thing of playing two different characters in the TV series The FBI. Then American Graffiti, he's off to the races. And, of course, a certain film involving some space knights and an incestuous brother and sister. I speak, of course, of Star Wars Episode 4.
Indeed.
And New Hope. And he's just done everything after that. He's our guy. He's one of the patron saints of this show. Han Solo, Jack Ryan, James Marshall, Indiana Jones. Absolute giant. But I want to talk about the people who might have played this role. So, yeah.
A one Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
Was going to be there, wasn't it?
That's
Alec
the thing,
Baldwin?
yeah, because Alec Baldwin auditioned for it. Nick Nolte kind of pulled out because he thought he was too old. Michael Douglas, Kevin Costner also in the running, but Mel Gibson was in the running both the Jack Ryan, the Richard Kimble role, and the fucking U.S. Marshal role as well. I can't imagine Mel Gibson doing well in either of those roles. I'm sorry. I can't, like, what do you think of that?
What, Mel Gibson?
Yeah, Mel Gibson playing either of them. I couldn't imagine them playing.
No, I'm not a fan. I'm quite where I sit on Mel Gibson now, given his current standing in Hollywood in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I can just about watch the original Mad Max trilogy.
Yeah.
that's pretty much where it begins and ends for me with Mel Gibson. And that might be selling him short. Separate art from the artist and that kind of stuff. I guess at a push, maybe I could watch Gallipoli.
But I mean, it was certainly
I don't think he hasn't got the vibe for either Richard Kimble or Samuel Gerard. I don't see him.
He doesn't. You're right.
No, he's too abrasive, I think, as a personality.
The thing with Richard Kimble is, you need to be a special kind of actor to make all of the immense tradecraft and stuff that he's doing believable. There's a lot of actors who would have. There's that really killer phrase, far-fetched, that I think can absolutely destroy, your enjoyment of a film. If something appears far-fetched, if you can't suspend your disbelief, and with Harrison Ford, he can suspend your disbelief that he's really fucking good at this. And with Mel Gibson, I don't think I could absolutely imagine Mel Gibson as a fucking heart surgeon for one. Fucking just. I can't even think of Mel Gibson without hearing that like angry voicemail he left his daughter. Was it? Like, you're provocatively dressed all the time. Can you imagine being his fucking surgical nurse? It would be a nightmare.
Oh God.
Yes, like he just like be screaming at you for various tools. He'd be horrible. And couldn't believe him as Samuel Gerard, I think, for the simple reason that there is just this streak of indomitable Old West lawman that runs through Tommy Lee Jones, and that's something that makes his performance incredibly special.
I totally agree. We were talking about the passing of Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
And one of Robert Duvall's sort of greatest credits is his role in the miniseries Lonesome Dove.
Yeah.
And of course, he stars across from Tommy Lee Jones in that as well.
That's right. He Dove-maxed, yeah.
That's right, yeah. So he's Woodrow Cole, and Duvall's Augustus McRae, isn't he, Gus?
Yeah.
And those two make an incredible pair. Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones has done so many westerns. He takes so many great parts, and of course, he directed and starred in The Three Deaths of Miliquez Estrada, which is like a modern day western, isn't it?
I was just thinking about that film when I was doing my research and getting pissed off, actually. And I'll tell you why. Because I was thinking, I was just kind of casting my mind back to this film and thinking, I remember reading about this film. And it looks really cool, and I keep meaning to see it. And then I saw it was made in 2005. So for 21 years, I've been saying, I must see this film. And it made me feel old. I need
to correct myself because I said The Three Deaths. It's The Three Burials.
It's Three Burials.
Miliquez Estrada. Yeah. So I got the cool name right.
Yeah, but it's I was thinking, I remember reading people getting dead excited about this in the media and stuff, and then it's like, oh shit, that's more than 20 years ago that it came out, and you still haven't seen it. Time is flying away from you. You are becoming old.
Indeed. Another thing to point out: the actor who played Miliquez Estrada is Julio Cesar Cedillo, who was the cartel boss in Sicario.
Holy shit! Yeah. What is this? A crossover episode?
Indeed. Right, cool. Tommy Lee Jones. Then I guess you want to talk about incredible performer.
Yeah.
Fully deserving, in my humble opinion, of his Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for this film, simply because he is magnetic.
Yeah.
Of course, after this, I think a lot of people, especially in our generation, know him as Agent K from Men in Black, but also latterly No Country for Old Men. Of course, he plays the sheriff in that.
Yeah.
World-weary lawman. Again, just the types of role he was kind of born to do.
He just fell into this role of playing crabby, sharp-witted badasses, whether they be on the good or the bad side of the story. He also had a really big break in the film Rolling Thunder, and that is a film that I've had on the Clear and Present Dudes list since day one, I think. The very violent revenge thriller that is Rolling Thunder from 1977.
Amazing.
I think that was one of his main kind of like breakout film roles, because like before that there was a lot of that guy kind of stuff. He also played Gary Gilmore, the American serial killer who was killed by firing squad in the film The Executioner's Song, which is pretty fucking cool.
Another weird credit he had was just before this. So while Harrison Ford was making Presumably Innocent, Tommy Lee Jones was in JFK as Clay Shaw, and his character in that is unhinged.
Yes.
Very, very big performance.
Yeah.
He gives in that. So yeah, tremendous stuff.
Yeah. He was also Tommy Lee Jones was also pretty unhinged as Harvey Two-Face Dent in in the Batman film that we all kind of forget about until we remember it just there. You know,
Batman and Robin, was he in Batman and Robin? Or was he in? No, was he Batman Forever?
It was Batman Forever. Yeah. What do we think of his performance as Two-Face? Do we have an opinion? Because I remember a lot of people hated it.
I loved it. I think as a kid,
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I really loved that film as a kid. So that's the Val Kilmer Batman with obviously that's the Riddler is in that one as well.
Yeah.
Check. And Two-Face. That's the two big main bad guys in that one.
Yeah.
That's great. Nicole Kidman as the psychologist who falls in love with.
Yeah,
great. And it's the one that has the cutaway shots of bats flying directly towards the camera. Man, those films.
Yeah, it actually ruled. Yeah. And you've got of course, Chris O'Donnell playing Robin as well.
Mm-hmm.
And is that the one with the "Do you hang around in a lot of biker bars, Bruce" line? Because I think it is, and that's
I'm looking for something that says
brilliant.
"Dad loves leather."
Tommy Lee Jones, what a guy! Brilliantly cast in the film. Like I said, we'll go on to see him in a chicken suit in the sequel.
Oh, wild! Yeah.
Ron Dean. I wasn't aware that he'd actually recently passed away, so I just kind of dug into him a bit there. Yeah, it's got him down as Ron Dean, 1938-2025 here.
October 25, he passed away.
Shit.
So yeah, pretty recent. I saw him on the In Memoriam at the Actors Awards last night.
So his last performance was in Chicago PD, and I know you kind of Chicago PD, Max. Yeah, so
we call it the One Chicago.
The One Chicago family
over there on MB.
Yeah, he was also in Chicago Fire as well. He was in 3 episodes of Chicago Fire. He was in 1 episode of Chicago PD.
That'll be one of the crossover event.
Yeah. But this guy he's actually played 2 different characters. He played Ray Sharansky in Chicago PD and James Horitsky. So his whole thing is playing Chicago Polish guys.
Yeah.
I am just going to say that right now. Just looking at his previous roles and stuff. He's played a lot of guys with ski in the name. He plays a guy called Kowalski in the film The Big Score, 1983. Brilliant. He's perhaps
cuff, eats pierogi.
he's perhaps one of these guys that casting directors say he has a pleasingly Eastern Seaboard Slavic expression, I guess, or can be made to have one. So yeah, what a dude. He was in The Guardian, the Top Gun but for Coast Guard swimmers film.
Rescue swimmers, yeah.
That I will still fight in the streets for. I still think that's a fucking good film, but I don't care.
I love that. I want to put it on our list, to be honest, but it's totally not. It's maybe
and
not.
That's the thing. It's not a thriller, but it is fucking class, and it's also got Safeguard, a tolerable performance by Ashton Kutcher. It's actually
Ashton Kutcher, yeah.
It's actually a tolerable Ashton Kutcher performance.
Yeah, that's about as much as I'd give it.
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
Kevin Costner, of course, does a good innings. That guy who was in Band of Brothers, and I know that doesn't really narrow it down.
That guy who was in Band of Brothers.
One of the other instructors. The guy, it's one of the other instructors. He's really good.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. So Ron Dean was also in Chicago Hope.
Oh, cool.
He really is incredibly Chicago pilled. He was in a film called Chicago Cab playing old snack trucker. Fucking brilliant. This guy absolutely rules.
Was he in ER by any chance as well?
He was in ER playing a character called Uncle Joey. He was in the TV series Early Edition. Quite a lot, 17 episodes. He was a regular on that show. He was in Frasier.
Yep.
In 3 episodes. Did he he played someone called Frank. Was that one of Frasier's dad's cop buddies by any chance?
Oh, almost certainly.
It's going to be,
almost
isn't it?
certainly. He's up there with...
Yes. I just realised we forgot to mention that Tommy Lee Jones was in Newcastle Mentioned, Stormy Monday. What an absolute guy. Ron Dean was. What a stellar that guy. He's been in everything. I love it.
Acting is another conduit that we've done more than once.
Yeah.
The TV show Frasier
Yes.
is also given us Seal Award, who is Helen, the sadly no longer with us wife of Richard Kimble.
Yeah.
The actress is still not. She was in an Independence Day resurgence. Gone Girl. She's the woman who gives the TV interview in Gone Girl to Ben Affleck's character. I think. Obviously, she's in this. She's in the remake of Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
She's in a bunch of TV, but she's also was Frasier's girlfriend in an episode as well. I've always felt
about fucking wild how he had like a new girlfriend every episode and fucked it up. Right? It was amazing.
Yeah, incredible show. It's also worth pointing out. Speaking about The Guardian. She was in The Guardian. She's married to Kevin Costner in it, and they separate. That's who it is.
As The Guardian, for all it's a good film, is also an incredibly divorced man film.
Oh, big time!
It is so divorced, that film. It is incredibly divorced. It's good as fuck, but goddamn, is that film divorced?
It's sad, isn't it? Because the moral of that story as well is like, if you're going to get divorced, you might as well die at sea.
You might as well fucking die at sea, but then be remembered as possibly some kind of ghost that stays with the people who are almost drowning and shit. When it goes, it's a little bit of magical realism in the last like few beats.
Beautiful. Sanya, have you seen the film The Guardian?
I have never seen The Guardian, nor am I divorced, nor do I plan on dying at sea anytime soon.
Cool. Right. Julianne Moore.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Casting. Okay. I tell you what. Some of these people are really famous actors, so we don't need to go through their entire.
I know.
background.
Yeah.
I will say Julianne Moore, who plays a very small role in this movie.
Yeah.
Was also obviously does an incredible gangbusters performance in Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia, where she has that one of the all-timer crash outs in the pharmacy. You see, you call me lady. I give these things to you. I give these things to you. Call me lady. Suck.
My God. Hey, it's
death in my house. I've death in my bed.
Hey, it's that scene that other film podcast references all the time.
All the time. Yeah. Call me lady. Yeah.
My God.
Incredible.
Yeah. Joey Pants.
In Joey Pants, right? So he does a really good role in Wonder Man, which is currently on Disney Plus at the minute. It's the latest Marvel show about a couple of actors. One of them is superpowered and doesn't want to be, and the other one is investigating him. But Joey Pantoliano is in 2 episodes, and he plays himself, and it's hilarious.
So he
lives in this amazing house, which is like because one of the gags is that he got really involved in like the property market when he first made his first money and is now obscenely rich. And he has this incredible house which has like a skylight that you open with a remote control to feed light to a beautiful tree in his living room. But also all the walls of his house are covered in posters for Baby's Day Out.
Well, that sounds incredibly dope.
It's so good. He's absolutely hilarious in it. He absolutely takes a piss out of himself. There's one bit where the lead guy who plays the eponymous actor who's going to be Wonder Man, it says like, I can't eat a steak without thinking about you in the Matrix.
Holy crap!
Just that stuff. Joey Pants. I forgot he was in this film until I put it on, and I was like, oh fuck, Joey Pants is here. Thank God.
Get in.
Great. And of course he's in U.S. Marshals as well, and he's and you know other key roles for him. People who know the Matrix. People know Baby's Day Out.
Yeah.
What's the other really good one that he's fantastic? Memento as well.
Yeah. I love as well how once again this film seems like pulled together a lot of people who've done some fantastic kind of that guy work. Joey Pants, he's been in MASH. He was in the spin-off Trapper John MD. He was in Hill Street Blues. Heart to Heart. Holy crap, man. He was in, an episode of Highlander, the TV series. This, I think, is our first Highlander, the TV series crossover in casting we've had so far. He was in one episode. He plays someone called Dr. Wilder. I think this might have been in the point when the Highlander TV series started filming in Canada. After it transitioned from Duncan MacLeod's this cool dude who lives on a houseboat in Paris and totally fucks and goes to like wine receptions and shit. And then I think like the Canadian end of the production wanted it moved to Canada. So he goes and he opens a gym. And he opens a fucking like boxing gym. But it's like, it's such a fucking good show, man. But yeah, so he's done so much stuff, man. He's an absolute that guy. And then like, bang. He's in The Fugitive. So he goes like a year before he's in The Fugitive, he's doing a bit part as Dr. Wilder in Highlander, the TV series. Fucking amazing.
That's wonderful stuff.
Yeah, I've just seen Baby's Day out there, 6.2 stars, 1994. Again, and NYPD Blue. He had an uncredited appearance in Congo. Wow. I don't know if I want to add that to the list, because I don't know if it is a good enough biotech thriller. It probably isn't.
Is Congo the one that has Laura Linney in it, shooting a gun at...
Congo's one with the big white apes.
Yes.
Yeah, Laura Linney's in that one, yeah.
Laura Linney's in it. She shoots a thing and a volcano kills all the apes and sets them on fire. Yeah. We should watch that. But not
You think?
Well, maybe we should. I don't know, but let's watch it and see.
Yeah. Let's check it out, because it's got the whole like biotech gone wrong kind of big pharma commerce bad kind of thing, but also
real things, Rory.
But also it might have fucking ruled. I mean, it ruled when I was 12, right?
Yeah.
It was like the dopest thing ever. But when I was like, but a fucking Ben, and it may not be good now.
I think some of the effect shots might not have aged very well.
Yeah.
Should we talk about some of the people who are below the line a little bit?
Absolutely. Andreas Katsoulis. What a career! What a guy. Kakar in Babylon 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you, right? Growing up, I wasn't a big Babylon 5 head. I don't know if this is a thing, but to me, it felt very much like you're a Babylon 5 head or you're a TNG head, maybe Deep Space Nine head. And I was definitely on the Star Trek side of the camp.
I think I was as well, yeah. Actually, I was more firmly on the Space Above and Beyond side. Only had one fucking season, mate, but come on.
I think we've talked about that on the pod before. The hyper-militarized, not colonial marines, but like...
United States Marines Space Aviators, rah.
Yeah.
I mean, my main beef about that is like the film came out when America wasn't embroiled in a series of forever wars, and if it had waited a couple of years, it would have ran like 17 seasons.
Yeah. Basically, generation kill in space.
Moto as fuck. So yeah, he was Gakar in Babylon 5. He was in Alien Nation. His final role was doing voice work in Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent, 2006. Because everything comes back to Tom Clancy. But yeah, this guy's done so much alien guy stuff. He's Alien Max in Babylon 5, Alien Max in Star Trek Enterprise, Star Trek TNG. He was in the most generically titled police movie ever, New York Cop. What the hell? I am really sorry. This is like a fucking BoJack Horseman joke. I need to look into this right the hell now. Brace. A Japanese detective illegally residing in the US finds himself blackmailed by the NYPD internal force and sent undercover to break a ring of Asian gun dealers. It is a Japanese film, I think. I'm not sure, but
that's why the New York Cop bit is an alluring title and it's a load of
top cast of this film. Mira Sorvino's in it. She's the most recognizable person. But anyway, getting back to the man.
Mira Sorvino's a good kind of BoJack Horseman level actor.
She is actually kind of BoJack Maxing.
Plays herself, famous actress Mira Sorvino.
Plays herself. Yeah, but
like Zach Braff is famous actor Zach Braff in it.
I love how he gets like killed and cannibalized in that show. And
Steeman's character actress Margot Martin.
So Katsoulis' first film was a film called OK Pal, which is like the best way to like dismissively end a text message conversation with someone who's pissing you off. So that's pretty class. And again, just fantastic that guy work. He was in The Equalizer on TV, Mancuso FBI, Jake and the Fat Man, a TV series that I didn't think existed. I thought it was like a joke title. As I said, Alien Nation, guest shot in that. He was in the film Communion as well, that mind-bending Whitley Strieber alien abduction film. And he was in an episode of Millennium too. And anyone who's been in an episode of Millennium fucking rules, in my opinion.
Okay by me. You're okay by Lenton Rickson. You're okay by...
Yeah, I'd sit at my table anytime, man. Break bread with anybody who was in Millennium. Every day of the week and twice on Sundays. What a guy. Yeah.
I would like to volunteer Kirsten Nilsson to this list of people. So she has a really short role in this. She plays Betty, who is she works at a hospital basically.
Yeah.
She's got red hair, and so you don't recognize her straight away. But she is famous for being Karen Vick, the chief of police in Santa Barbara in Psych.
Oh, right.
Supporting movies. She's got a very small role in War of the Worlds 2005. Her other big credit for me, I mean, she's done loads of stuff, right? This is as other bits and bobs, NCIS, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The other one is that there's an episode of The West Wing at the end of season 2 called Two Cathedral. It is the episode where Miss Landingham died in a car accident.
Yeah.
And President Bartlett has to make the decision whether or not he's going to announce to the press that he's running for re-election, and also that he had MS. And he has that incredible scene where he's like in the National Cathedral and he's swearing at God in Latin. And he stubs the cigarette out on the floor, and it's one of those epic scenes that you always see and stuff. But that episode is like told in flashback as well. So like to Jed Bartlett's early beginnings when he's in a boys' school and his dad's the headmaster and his dad's a dick. And his one friend works as an administrator at the school, and it's Mrs. Landingham, and she's played in her young form by Kirsten Nilsson, and she does an amazing performance. So one of the best scenes of that entire show is played by an actor who comes in and does like one role as a flashback to an existing character and like steals it. She's great.
Amazing.
Yeah, really cool. So I want to give her a shout out.
Definitely.
Jane Lynch, I think, needs a shout out as well.
She definitely does. Yeah, I'm sure I should brought that badge from home, and it totally works.
Yeah,
it totally works.
She's a great comedic actress. She's done loads of great stuff lately. Only Murders in the Building. She's done. She was in A Mighty Wind, which is one of those Christopher Guest largely improvised films with Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy and all that. So she did that one. That's the one about the folk singers and stuff. She's really good at that. She's done, obviously, I think a lot of people in our generation, and maybe even Sanya's generation, will recognise her from Glee. Did you remember Glee? Right, okay.
Blinks in Zuma.
she's done a wedge of voice work and stuff as well. But she's cool in this. There was a bit of trivia that was that they were in the original screenplay, they were trying to kind of ham up a potential love interest between her character and Kimble's. And then they kind of realised it's probably in quite bad taste because his wife's just been murdered.
Yeah.
And he's trying to seek justice for that. And I think they've part of the decision-making process to pivot her in the other direction was we'll put a load of badges on her and the AIDS ribbon, and we'll just kind of really subtly imply that she might not be straight.
Yeah.
So they're allowed to be pals.
Yeah, you know? and it's fucking hell. A romance subplot would have absolutely busted this film. It would have not been good.
It would have derailed it like the train at the start.
Yeah, it's like, when imagine just gets in the car, that lady that picked him up, and that's where the film ends, because they just nash off, and he changes his identity and the fuck off to Canada, and he gets a job at some hospital there, and that's the romance end of the film. Jesus. It would have been ruined by a romantic subplot between him and Jane Lynch's character. Yeah. Richard Reel.
Oh, good Christ. This is the one I wanted to go into.
Yeah, shit. Still incredibly active, right? Okay, this guy fucking works, right? This guy's credits on IMDb, for a start, he's in 12 projects listed as upcoming. 12 of them. Yeah. 12. His previous credits are 427 roles. 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He did 11 roles in 2023 alone.
Holy crap. 420.
But one of those...
Yep.
One of those was Barry, and he plays a prison warden.
Yes.
It has to be a callback to this, because Bill Hader's a huge movie head, and I thought, right, who do I want to play my piece of shit rubbish prison warden? And then he gets Barry killed. Oh, I know. The guy who got fucking up Richard Kimble killed. Fantastic.
Fucking get in.
Oh, so good.
I want to have a quick look at the start of this guy's career, because I love seeing, but this takes ages to scroll down.
Incredible, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit right into the 90s and see where he's doing at this sort of peak period.
He's in a
Also
film
on-
called he's in a film called from 1978, The Other Side of Hell, playing a character called Tattooed Man. This sounds fucking dope.
Some of these movies have got great titles. He's in a film called Nasty Boy.
Nasty Boys, I love it.
Nasty Boys.
Nasty Boys. Holy shit, the Other Side of Hell sounds fucking badass. A disturbed but highly intelligent man is sent to a criminally insane hospital to serve time and rehabilitate. But when he arrives, he discovers it's in fact a closed world where brutality is an everyday occurrence. Oh, this sounds fucking mental. Some of these titles are absolutely brilliant. Oh my god, he was in Quantum Leap. He was in the film Glory as a quartermaster. He was in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. What?
Juice Bigelow, Male Gigolo, and Casino and Office Space are some of his more high profile ones. Office Space is fantastic.
He was in a film called Crash Point Zero that has 3.4 stars. I have to see what this film's about. A scientist recovers a powerful weapon created by inventor Nikola Tesla in the early 20th century. Now, the plane carrying the device and a desperate group of passengers crashes in the Canadian mountains. The battle to survive begins. It looks like this film was also known as Extreme Limits. This sounds like someone spanned the wheel of Clive Cussler plots, didn't they?
Joe and this is probably the last one we should do before we move on. Joe and Krabbe. Who plays the bad guy.
Yeah.
Other credits include a 1989 film adaptation of The Punisher that I just found out exists, and it's The Punisher, Frank Castle.
Yeah, it's not great.
He's a big one. The Living Daylights, the Bond movie, great movie. The first Timothy Dalton Bond.
Yeah.
So probably doesn't get a fair shake. Oh, he's also in Juice Bigelow European Gigolo. So we've got another Juice Bigelow mention. That wasn't expecting to say that twice tonight.
Bloody hell. Yeah.
He's in Miami Vice.
Going through. I love the Dutch language, man.
Hitler, dude, what no?
Hitler, dude, what no? He was in that incredibly fucking doomed TV miniseries World War III that we talked about in one of our earliest episodes. We mentioned it in Meteor. I think he plays one of the bad Soviet guys, Colonel Alexander Vorashin. But yeah, of course, his character in Miami Vice was called Klaus Herzog. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
The weapons-free section, the guns, the gunfighting, the weapons handling and stuff.
Indeed.
I really love how, of course, you've got Marshall has his backup pistol because every badass lawman needs a backup pistol. But I really like how Gerard has Glock 22 as a sidearm. And his backup is another fucking additional Glock 22 in a little fanny pack. Absolutely love that. On a kind of using armoring and firearms as a storytelling kind of piece. I like that he's a typical boomer, but he's not using a fucking Colt 1911, right? He's a legit boomer aged guy, but he's embraced the Glock. He's embraced modernity and double stack magazines, and he. In the sequel, he thins Robert Downey Jr. out for his choice of weapon and tells me he should get a Glock instead, which I really like.
He does, yeah. I think, we'll talk about that when we do US Marshals, I think.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The house raid scene, I absolutely love. Just the kind of violence of action when they go in. The US Marshal team, with the way they look and the way they move, if you showed it to someone out of context, it looks like a home invasion. And I love that. It's just class. It is a very, it's violence of action. It's surprise, it's aggression. And I love the bit when he kind of gets himself round and outflanks the guy and just straight up fucking domes him. As far as weapon choices and weapon usage and stuff, it's another film where a Heckler and Koch rifle is used by a cunt.
Yeah.
Because there is a Heckler and Koch HK91, which is the civilian version of the G3, which I imagine all the German boomers idolize, like our ones do with their SLR. But yeah, so there's the HK91, which is a civilian version of the G3. As I said, I imagine your German boomers probably have the same opinion of that as ours do of the SLR, the FN FAL. Big bullets, son.
Well, let me put it this way. There's one rifle we still keep in service and use it for replenishment at sea bullshit, and that's the G.
Yeah, there we go.
I love replenishment at sea bullshit.
Yeah.
Shooting a big dildo across.
Supreme.
Sorry, the soft nose projectile, not the dildo.
Soft nose projectile. I love it.
Sorry.
Gonna put it on my pants.
Yeah, so this film has some cool CQB and some fucking cool guns in it. We are getting close to the end, and I want to do some shit before we completely crash out. And
very, very quickly before you do that.
Again. Yeah.
I know I'm playing with fire here because your laptop, but I was just saying, I was just thinking, we probably could have a bit of a bingo card for stuff you say about weapons on this podcast. Like big bullet sons on there.
Big bullet son.
9mm kills the body, 45 kills the soul.
Just all the gun range FUD memes that I reference.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. And now we'll have Hector and Cock make rifles for cunts.
Brilliant, yeah. I want to get a T-shirt out of this bingo card and have that be.
Oh my God, Alice, that'd be amazing. Quickly get into the notes from the Peanut Gallery. Users on Letterboxd.com do my work for me by posting funny reviews. Starting with 1.5 star ones. Watch the TV show. Sorry, 1/2 star ones. 1/2 star, it's cheeks. 1/2 star, nobody remembers this movie. 1/2 star says Liam Metcalf, one word, cringe.
Who are these people?
Who the fuck are these people? 1/2 star. Right after watching, I got spoiled for Logan. Made me hate the movie. These people are maniacs.
How do you get spoiled for Logan? A movie that wouldn't come out for another fucking 15 years. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Mental. 1.5 star reviews. Hey, bitch. It's PM. I'm tired, tipsy, and bitter. All caps. Fuck this film. Fuck it. What is the trench coat convention? The insane capitalization in this one makes it as well. Fucking... Okay, but he totally did bargain. Like, remember when he made a big temper tantrum about never bargaining? Big Baby doesn't bargain. And then he bargained. 1/2 star, 1/2 star from someone called Jason. Most dads like slop like this. Well, my dad loves Little Man with Marlon Wayans. You could never be as cool as my father. 1.5 stars from Connor Malloy. That's a very St. Patrick's Day escape coded name. Right, so he's getting away. Let's find some slightly higher reviews. Let's go to the 3-star review section. If you watch this movie and don't hear John Mulaney's voice during the ballroom scene, did you really even watch this movie? Now I finally understand that John Mulaney bit, says someone.
It's that ballroom from the movie The Fugitive. Yeah, it's a famous hotel in Chicago, the Hilton, I think it is, in there.
Another 3-star, this guy won't shut up about his wife. Another 3-star review, can't park there, mate. The shot of the Harrison Ford dummy sending it down the dam was my favourite part of this movie.
My glasses.
3 stars, is your Harrison Ford running? Because you'd better go catch it. Absolute banger after banger for this one. Okay, bitch, call the cops, I'll have sex with them. 3 stars from someone called Jared. Thank you, Jared. Emily says 3 stars. Harrison Ford, a gala with a beard is 100%. 3 stars from someone named Victoria. This is the only way to lead a search party. What I want from each and every one of you is a hard target search for every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, henhouse, outhouse, and doghouse in that area. Also, all caps, Jane Lynch? Exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. Fantastic. Let's find some real glowing reviews here. Let's go to the 5-star reviews and see what people are really freaking out about it. Increasingly convinced movies have never gotten better than this.
That's more like it.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're dealing with the people who want maniacs. We've broken through the fucking containment area of this movie is straight cheeks and ruined Logan somehow. What?
I too would pick up Harrison Ford off the side of the road if I was a woman driving alone at night.
This movie is about a bunch of cops who want to go to bed. 5 stars. Are we all not sleepy cops in God's patrol car? 5 stars from Lucy James. God, I'd love to play the Hitman level of this.
Oh, man. You must be talking about the hotel, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
I would do a pod about the game Hitman. The Hitman World of Assassination Trilogy. I would do that, yeah.
Someone says, I wish Harrison Ford was in my dreams. Yeah, dreams, exactly. 5 stars. Good review of Harrison Ford, more than a good review of the film. I think we all agree. Objectively, there's only one good movie, and it's The Fugitive. The Fugitive is the best movie because it has the best lines and is never scary. Only interesting and exciting. Lindy West, you are fucking brilliant. I love this review. We didn't need any more movies after The Fugitive. We didn't need any movies before it either. We should have raised those. The Fugitive is the only good movie. I wanted to call my new book The Fugitive is the only good movie, but my publisher wouldn't let me. Probably because they're deep in the pocket of Big Gump. Undeterred, I rated every movie in said book on a scale of 0 to 10 DVDs of The Fugitive. I rate The Fugitive 13 out of 10 DVDs of The Fugitive. All of that movies should quit. Case closed. Gavel. This review was excerpted from my new book, Shit, Actually, the definitive 100% objective guide to modern cinema, available in October 2020 and used with permission from the publisher. You should pre-order it.
Oh my god. That was like a Tim Robinson sketch.
Yeah, the book is actually real as well. Yeah. The book is actually real as well.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to have to fucking read this, I think. I think that's a great one to end the notes from the Peeler Gallery on. And since Hitman was mentioned, it's the PS2 video game test game.
Oh yeah,
we're making it. We are going to make a game out of this film. It doesn't need to be a PS2 video game. It can be anything.
Yeah.
How are we going to do it?
I think if I was playing a video game of this, you are a US Marshal. You are a US Deputy US Marshal. You're not one of the main 4 from the movie because you get to hang out with those occasionally in the game, right?
Yeah.
You actually probably have to right. Tommy Lee Jones is too busy, okay, and they couldn't get his voice for the game, okay. So, and this is a PS2 game. What you are doing is you are riding in a car with Cosmo Renfro.
Yes.
Voiced by Joey Pants.
Yes.
Okay? And he is your guide through you're a rookie US Marshal who's just been like seconded to their squad to like learn your ropes. And each level of the game is a different target who has like either fled on their way to like the fucking courthouse they've gone out, or they've escaped like an arraignment, or like they've got away from like a fucking local county jail, some bullshit like that. And it's your job to like track them down. And what you do is you have to like look through, like you've got some documents about the people, so you have to look down who they are, and you're given like an option of like various locations you can search. And it's a bit like LA Noire, where you're like driving around an open like planned city. But when you eventually find them, it kind of turns into like an on rails kind of level, and there'll be like a search like through a fucking, I don't know, valley or something, and there'll be like scripted bits that happen. Like a fucking logging van crashes and logs go everywhere, and you've got to jump past all the logs.
Yes.
Keep chasing the guy, and oh no, he's got away in a canoe, and you've got to like get into a canoe and like chase him down the rapids, and then like all that kind of shit. And then eventually like has like parkour in it and all that kind of stuff, because it's made around the turn of the century, because it's obviously not because the PS2 came out much later, so there's parkour in it. And then that's exactly where it is. It's a contender for a GTA game, but is like fundamentally different to it in a way that does not help. Not like Sleeping Dogs, which fucking rules. It's like that kind of all thing. And then your like big boss, you're like, I don't know how it works in the US Marshals, but like your fucking district manager is like Tommy Lee Jones, but it's a guy doing a Tommy Lee Jones impression. He's much older and he's much more senior. And he does like the mission briefs at the start, but Joey Pants rides in the car with you, and he's like the Roman Bellic, like, and you get like calls on your phone, and it's like, hey, like, it's your pal, Cosmo Renfro. Come and meet me at the courthouse. We got another runner. Like, we got a golfer. And like, Jesus Christ. And there'll be a mission set in the sewers, and it'll be like, oh God. Yeah, awful. Like, it starts off with like really prosaic stuff. Like, you have to find out who his girlfriend is, and you go to the girlfriend's house, and there he is. And like, by the end of it, you're like in a hot air balloon chase. That's it. That's my game of The Fugitive.
And every time you mess up, Tommy Lee Jones sends you to get a donut with sprinkles on it. I don't really have anything to add to that, to be honest. That was quite graphic and quite entertaining.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, I suppose the other side you could take is you could be the Richard Kimble. You could be like the hunted, and then you got to like escape from police. But that's just like being on GTA with a wanted level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how else you do it, unless it'd be like a really like plot-driven on rails kind of like experience, like a first-person kind of experience. It's more of like more like an adventure game, like one of those like FMV like movie clip ones where you gotta like you basically just do like perfunctory puzzles to unlock the next bit of the story, and it's just a bit rubbish. It's a bit abstract, like a puzzle game, like a 3DS brain trainer type puzzle game where you've got to solve the word jumble, and then you find and then like you solve the word jumble, and it's like it's the one-armed man's name is this, and then you go to the next place, and it's like the fucking the hotel opens like right, and it's like Phoenix Wright, like objection, and it's like you switched the samples, and you have to like prove it, like, and then
shit.
That's the other option, I think, is you could make like a sort of a Phoenix Wright type experience, but you're Richard Kimble trying to prove your innocence.
That's brilliant. I think there's no way that this could be anything but like a fucking really, really good idea for a video game, and we need to pitch it to people immediately because it's the best film ever made, and we'll have to start approaching all the big video game houses with these concepts, man.
God, yeah.
But no, fucking, I would love to have seen like a kind of like, again, I know I like talk about these lot, like this point and click adventure kind of thing. Yeah. That would be really fucking cool. I'm looking to use things. It would be really good, like a FMV game, a big full motion video game, because in this case it wouldn't, but it would be a really fucking cool like this point and click adventure kind of thing, like the first Dune video game, the first one before,
Before they became like an RTS.
Yeah, switch. What a massive genre switch between sequels, by the way.
Really
the fact
weird.
that it was called Dune 2 as well, so they literally just leapt from that to that. Other option is you could do like an XCOM style tactical game, like a turn-based tactical thing, which I think would be kind of cool. But then again, these days you got things like door kickers and stuff that are kind of doing that, obviously. But we had abstract concepts, not like Manhunter, that I think could birth 1,000 weird video game spin-offs.
Another really weird one you could do.
I have a really horrible idea right now.
Oh, please tell me.
Just made mic noises. So you know how there's like tools for PlayStation so you can do physical stuff?
You mean like peripherals, like the...
You could do sort of exercise-related stuff.
Oh, right.
You have to sort of jump through levels, but there's actual jumping involved and all that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, got you. Thought you were talking like Teledildonics or something there. I was like, man, pick me up, I'm scared.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, like a fitness simulator, and you gotta run away from Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, just like a fucking PlayStation 5 VR on the run simulator, open world.
I was just thinking that scene where he hits him with a metal bar and you're just standing there in the living room.
He's
swinging the PlayStation remote around.
Fuck! Yeah!
It's like Beat Saber, but instead of just like waving a lightsaber around, you're violently beating a Dutch man.
I think this is
No! But he's really asking for the violence. He's like, give me in clap, Papa!
Oh, that's a bit weird.
Hello to our fans in the Netherlands, by the way. We love you very much. If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. But I once ran into like a Dutch guy on a night out in Newcastle, and he goes, I'm from the Netherlands. Cool, man. He goes, if you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. Like, okay, pal, cool. Sweet.
Goed, but no.
I love that.
But I would actually, Sanya, you fucking nailed it. I would love this game to be a weird, kind of crazy VR running away from the marshals, almost like survival kind of game, but with like physical exertion and shit. That sounds really fucking cool. Just imagine though, like you come home and have like been out for a few beers, and like you decide like put on the old VR mask and just do your Richard Kimble thing, and then like your significant other comes home and you've just trashed the fucking house running around in your little VR shit, just like fucking just because you're getting far too fucking into.
That's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
You could do like, like those cooking games where you have like a load of different recipes all at the same time and you've got to like run around a kitchen trying to plate them all up. You could do that, but like you're dressed as a janitor and you're just doing triaging patients in the busy hotel lobby. But you got to do that whilst also avoiding detection from Julianne Moore, who's looking around and has like a vision cone. Like,
I could be like just like a janitor work simulator, basically.
I think we're near the end. Is
we are,
this film pro or anti-CIA? Doesn't talk about it. It's indifferent, I think.
It's very pro the federal government, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's pro the company.
Yeah.
To quote Gerard, it doesn't care.
It doesn't care.
It does not care.
It does not care. Okay. What are we at the end? Have we got anything else? I was going to say one thing, which is the egregious oversell of the military industrial complex.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So in the scene where your boy Richard Kimble is on the payphone talking to his lawyer, which gets intercepted by the U.S. Marshals, they use lots of very clever trickery to isolate different parts of the core. And that all kind of makes sense to me. You can isolate the sound of the train probably because of the frequency that sound's coming in at, which is probably in the very high reaches, like megahertz. The bit that didn't work for me is they try and isolate the voice of the announcer over the tannoy system while Richard Kimble's speaking, and they do it enough that they can hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work for me because the human voice would have been at the same sort of frequency on both recordings, so you wouldn't be able to isolate one from the other.
Yeah.
That was it. That was just nerdy sound engineering shit.
It's super convenient. It makes think of like how just like a few years later the pilot episode of the British techno thriller TV series Bugs did something very similar. Something very similar with a guy. Bugs mentioned when a guy gets shot. Jesse Birdsall mentioned, man, Marcus. When a guy gets shot at a station in Big London Town, and they isolate the sound to work out which station it's at or something or whatever. So it's like a really, really similar kind of thing. This guy on the phone with someone who gets shot, they isolate the sound and shit. So I remember Bugs had so much promise in its first episode, and then it just went really fucking stupid really quickly, and every episode ended with Jesse Birdsall being like captured and kidnapped and stuff like that.
There's like a multi-part series about a sentient computer called Cyberax, which in the first episode of its arc is like a little baby's face, and it's like doesn't know what it's doing, and then when it grows up and becomes evil, it turns into like, it looks like some sort of robotic dog avatar with like in 3D that like chomps with like a Cyberax is coming for you, and it's just like, wow, biggest downgrade in history was you growing up, Cyberax. You were genuinely quite unsettling in the first one. Wow. I did a Bugs rewatch about 10 years ago, which is 20 years later than it should have been.
Yeah, I still think the first length episode would probably stand up a little bit if I watched it now with a few beers in it, but I might have to get myself big gassed up and excited for it first, like. But I just remember like that like ridiculous like, because it's a TV show set and filmed in the UK, so it kind of beggars belief to have like a fucking dogfight between two helicopters. But they managed it with just that Australian bloke hanging out the window with his fucking 357 Magnum, just fucking shooting at the other helicopter until it crashes. It's all very silly.
Oh, wow. Craig McLaughlin. That's his name.
Craig McLaughlin.
Brilliant.
I remember he's like, in the credits, he's like jumping over something on a dirt bike, and it's like, that's the guy who does the physical stuff, because Jesse Birdsall's too busy getting put inside wardrobes and kidnapped and shit.
Brilliant. Ed, Ross, Alex, and Beckett form a high-tech crime-fighting team who work for the mysterious, secretive Bureau 2. Brilliant.
I love it.
Bugs is awesome. Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
right.
Bugs.
We've alienated the German for something that is incredibly English.
It is a fucking shockingly English build.
Yeah. Cool. Right. I think that's taken us to the end of another incredible episode of Clear and Present Dudes.
An episode riddled with technical difficulties, by the way. Thank you all so much for listening
5
to us.
hours since we started recording. God.
The very angels themselves are against us running this show, which means you need to like, subscribe, smash that fucking notification button, send us emails and promises of threats and devotions and other weird shit on our email address, which is
clearandpresentdudes@gmail.com.
And just keep listening to this show and just keep believing that one day I'll get a decent laptop that won't constantly crash.
Indeed. Next week, we have a bonus special super secret episode for you that will be dropping next Monday. And that's all I'm going to say. And then, wow, unless you follow the Substack, in which case you already know. But you don't, because there's only 4 of you.
We have 4 people following the Substack now.
Yeah, one of them's Jen.
That's fucking brilliant, though. Hell yes.
Yeah. Woo! And then the following week we have our next mainline episode, which is Mission Impossible 3. We've skipped the crap one that came second because it is the birthdays of Michelle Monaghan and Kerry Russell, who are both in that movie, and they share a birthday, the same birthday in their lives. I think it's their 50th birthday each, so that's wonderful. So yeah, that'll be the next mainline episode in 2 weeks' time. Until then, we have been Clear present dudes. Some of us were more present than others, weren't they, Sanye?
Hey. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But, there
we go.